Coming up next.
NASCAR on FX races Phoenix.
The desert gets a whole lot hotter when Busch Series Racing lights up the Southwest. Live from Phoenix International Raceway. Coming up next. And tomorrow, Nextel Cup Racing is on Fox.
Coming to you live on FX.
Somebody's gonna put before the night is through. Everybody wants to do something. If it takes all night, everybody wants to take a little chance. Make it come out right. There's gonna be a heartache tonight. A heartache tonight. There's gonna be a heartache tonight. A heartache tonight. I know.
Night racing returns big time to the Valley of the Sun as day turns tonight and temperatures cool down. Nothing can stop the simmering side-by-side feud between Busch Series regular drivers and the big-name Nextel Cup stars who dabble in this series. We're about to find out who has the upper hand and whose hand will grab the checkered flag. It's Busch Series Racing on FX just outside Phoenix, Arizona. Cloudy skies, temperatures in the low 90s, high 80s, a little humid out there. But the Hollywood Hotel still one of the cool places to be. And we welcome you trackside here with Jeff Hammond, former crew chief. Chris Myers, it's where America gathers for racing every weekend. Good to see you. Hope you had a nice Easter.
I had a great Easter.
All right, we're ready to go racing. 200 miles tonight, 1 mile flat track. But, you know, this is the 9th Busch Series race of the year, Jeff, and the first 8 have been won by Cup drivers.
Well, they've been dominant so far this year. But right now we're looking at Jason Leffler. He's on the pole for tonight's race. But also there are 5 other Busch regulars in the top 10. So the tide may be turning a little bit. These guys may have had enough of this dominance by the NASCAR regulars. And this week, tonight, it may be the beginning of something new.
And we'll see the Busch brothers in action tonight. Kurt Busch, who won in his very first ever Busch race in his career, back in action and in qualifying just a few moments earlier here in Arizona. He thought he was going to be on the pole. That's him in the yellow car, as you say.
Yellow.
There you are. Thank you. But moments later, just a couple of laps later, 5th pole in his career, Jason Leffler on the pole for this race. And Jeannie Zelasco is standing by with Jason.
And in 8 Busch races here, there has only ever been 1 repeat winner. There has never been a repeat pole winner until today. Okay, so you pick up another pole here. What are the fastest speeds in practices? You're going to pick up your first win of the season?
I certainly hope so. I mean, the car is really performing great. Todd Losey and all the guys are doing a great job. And, you know, they've been doing a great job all year long. The last 3 weeks have not been very good for us. A couple flat tires, had a mechanical failure last weekend, but we've been running fast. So spirits are high, car's running good, and yeah, I hope we get in the victory lane.
Yeah, overall spirits high, but there has been grumbling over the week about the Cup drivers, all of them involved in the Busch Series, maybe not giving you guys a chance, taking away the points, taking away the cash. Where do you stand on that debate?
I like them. You know, I like all the Cup drivers coming here. It makes us step our game up. When we have cars like we do today, we don't even mind it. You know, they're just another competitor. So we just keep working hard, stay on track, and you know, get that Monte Carlo SS in victory lane. That would be great for all the Busch regulars.
Spoken like a guy who's had a couple cups of coffee in the Cup Series, guys.
All right, thanks. So let's get a comment on Jason Leffler and his chances against this field tonight.
Well, I think he's got an excellent chance. When it comes to a place like here at Phoenix, he's won in the Silver Crown Series as well as midget races here at Phoenix. So he knows the racetrack. He's won also at Nashville a year ago. So, I mean, I think it's a situation right now of getting that momentum going for him, and I believe winning the pole tonight may be the step in the right direction as far as he as well as this whole team.
Matt Kenseth starting up on the front row as well, another Cup regular as we know.
And the thing about Matt's situation right now, remember he was part of that shakeup from the Roush situation where they brought Jimmy Fennick, who was Jamie McMurray's crew chief, now back to oversee a lot of what's going on with the Busch Series program and trying to help the overall I guess you might say group. There's about basically four rookie crew chiefs down there that Jack is looking Jimmy to help kind of oversee. There's a picture of Matt right there starting on the front row. But also because his regular crew chief got suspended, you know, there's Jimmy Fennick right there with his back to us. But he's a veteran crew chief, and he knows what needs to get done.
Kurt Busch, by the way, will start 3rd. Kyle Busch will start 7th. We'll hear from Kyle, who's also on the pole for the Cup race here from Arizona tomorrow night. You'll see that on Fox. We're counting it out of the race here in Phoenix. We'll be back on FX in a moment.
NASCAR Busch Series Racing on FX is presented by Netscape. Call 1-888-NETSCAPE to sign up today for $9.95. Stay for 12 months, get free web accelerator and comprehensive virus protection for your whole PC.
Next time on Circle of Trust.
Look, this relationship isn't working out. I need to change. From net zero.
Look, forget that zero. Netscape can get you online for just $9.95 a month.
And fewer online ads than net zero?
Please, lots fewer. Netscape gives you free web accelerator and McAfee's comprehensive virus protection.
You make me feel so safe.
Yeah, I know.
Get Netscape. Sign up today.
I didn't go to AutoZone because I was too busy to change my antifreeze.
I didn't go to AutoZone because who needs a tune-up?
If you've been avoiding regular car maintenance, get to AutoZone. They have everything to help you keep your car safe and on the road. AutoZone. Get in the zone.
I learned a lot when I found out I had high blood pressure, but I didn't know it could lead to erectile dysfunction.
Having diabetes changed my life, but I didn't know it could lead to ED.
Guys should know that having certain health conditions like high blood pressure
or diabetes may lead to ED, and that Levitra can help.
Doctors know Levitra works for men with ED, even those with high blood pressure or diabetes. Levitra is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. If you have heart problems or are on alpha blocker therapy, talk to your doctor before taking Levitra. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing and stuffy or runny nose. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting longer than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in vision, stop taking Levitra and call your doctor right away.
Imagine what Levitra can do for you. Talk to your doctor.
The more you know about ED, the more you'll want to know about Levitra.
The latest Turtle Wax breakthrough in car polish is clear, crystal clear Turtle Wax Ice. Ice leaves no white residue on trim or in seams.
I had no residue whatsoever.
Ice leaves nothing behind but pure shine. Now, your choice is clear. Turtle Wax Ice.
Tuesday, The Transporter. An FX movie presentation, Tuesday at 8, followed by an all-new episode of Thief at 10, only on FX.
Dennis Leary returns. Rescue Me, Tuesday, May 30th at 10 on FX.
Back in the Valley of the Sun, they call this track the Desert Jewel. Hilltop at the track known as Rattlesnake Hill or Monument Hill. You can actually watch this race from horseback. I bet you've done that before, Jeff Hammond. Even if you've been in Carolina, sitting in your saddle, put on the TV and watch
nice
the race.
try, buddy. Nice try.
We kid. All right, since we often reference pop culture from the past on this show and some other things, shows like Laugh-In and Jake and the Fat Man, and, you know, some songs DW likes to sing the oldies but the goodies. That brings us to the group America. They had a hit song with that line. You remember Ben to the desert on a horse with no name? We sent some of our Fox horsepower to the nearby desert. Couple of no names. That's Berggren and Hammond. It's some, what are these, sand buggies?
He's right here, sand cars right there. Again, you know, Dr. Dirt himself, you know, he understands what it is to play in the dirt. So hey, there's Dick right there.
Look at Berggren go.
Right there. I mean, he loves getting a chance to drive some premium horsepower and do something a little different. He had a good time.
Check in with Dick Berggren.
Yeah, you ride those things a little bit too, Greg Biffle. This guy tonight's going to start 25th. He's got his work cut out for him, but if anybody can get the job done here at Phoenix, it is Greg Biffle. Only two-time winner. He's led 409 laps here. That's more laps than anybody else. How about it? Can you do it from the back?
I think so. You know, this America West car really good, and we just screwed up qualifying. We put an extra pound of air in the right rear tire, just way too loose, but got a really good car, and I think we can get to the front. Just take our time, you know, keep all the fenders on it and the brakes under it, and you know, we get up there and challenge those guys for a win.
No, way too loose in qualifying, but this is an impound race, so you guys couldn't do very much to the car. How do you get to the first pit stop to adjust it?
Well, really, you know, we'll do a little bit with tire pressure, and then, you know, we have to adjust it back. You know, we're allowed to go a turn and a turn on the wedge, so we'll put the wedge back, put the track bar back, let some, you know, put the tires, we'll tighten it up a little bit with air pressure, and the car will be great in race trim. Just a little bit too loose in qualifying trim.
All right, watch Greg Biffle, car 16. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
Kyle Busch always seems to excel, Dick, here on this flat mile in Phoenix. And when you look at your racing resume here, next to a Cup win, second in the Busch car, did you inch up on this place or did you hit it right away?
For some reason, I was just able to hit it right away. You know, I don't know what exactly it was about this place that made me adapt to it so fast, but it's a neat racetrack, and I enjoy running around here. You know, the corners being different the way they are, the dog leg on the back straightaway, so it's just a fun place to race. I remember watching my first ever Cup race here years ago, and Terry Labonte won, so I don't know, maybe that's what gave it to me.
He rolls off in the 7th position here tonight. Chris?
All right, the Busch brothers in action. Tony Stewart will be joining us live here in the Hollywood Hotel. He's on his way in. We'll have him join us to talk about tonight's race and tomorrow night's Cup race, which you'll see on Fox.
Check the inside locks on the cars. We're good to go.
D-Day, baby.
I'll see you on the other side.
On the next all-new Thief, this is the biggest job they'll ever pull.
$40 million.
If they can pull it off.
How we doing? It's bad.
You know, you reap what you sow, Nick.
I don't believe in that, man.
Yeah, well, maybe you should start. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on us.
Thief, all new Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
The critics declare that Showtime's moment has arrived with breakout original series like Weeds and Huff. Showtime is hotter than ever with exclusive movies like Crash and the best in championship boxing.
You're watching television that dares to be different. You're watching Showtime.
Television this good deserves pizza this good. Now you can get a whole year of DiGiorno pizza free when you order Showtime. Call 1-800-531-5000 to subscribe, and the pizza's on us.
Right now, all the unbelievable deals are at Dell. This week only, you can get up to 40% off on select Dell Entertainment systems. And you can get this awesome Dell Inspiron notebook with an Intel Celeron M processor and a free wireless card upgrade for only $399 after mail-in rebate. It's the perfect balance of mobility, price, and productivity. It's more than an amazing deal, it's a Dell.
What if you could go to the biggest music event of the year? What if you could go there every week?
Welcome to CD USA!
All your favorite artists, all on one show, and it's only on DirecTV. CD USA, every Saturday on Channel 101.
All over America, thousands of kids are getting ready for one of our great racing traditions. The All-American Soapbox Derby, presented by Levi Strauss Signature. Let's go racing.
And here comes Stewart. That 20 car, he looks really good. Big Orange, Tony Stewart gets the win.
Nice to have two-time champ Tony Stewart with us here in the Hollywood Hotel. You'll see him tomorrow night at the Joe Gibbs Home Depot Chevrolet. Thanks for coming up, saying hi.
My pleasure.
Are you a calmer, more relaxed Tony this year? What are you chuckling at? He gives me a hard time
now, of
all
course,
the time.
This just shows his lack of racing knowledge when that's the only question that he can come up with today is, am I calmer in
I have a
this
lot
year?
of questions, but
This is only a year-old topic. I mean,
So,
he's just now getting caught up.
That's not, see, it shows you how calm you really are. I
Can
can't
we
even
not-
ask a
can we
legitimate,
not just get along
I can't
here?
even ask
Ding,
a
here we
legitimate
go.
question without you going off on me like I'm some reporter heckling you.
I'm just so impressed by you that I want the best for you, and I want you to be the best you can be. I want you to be on par with what the topics are,
Right.
not on your old news.
Well, I could talk to you about the track here. You've won here before, but I wanted you, when we had you on the headset a couple of weeks ago at Texas, you had a challenge for the Fox crew. Let's play that tape for the people watching.
I did hear a rumor that pound for pound, you're the best driver that's ever been in NASCAR.
Oh, no.
Darn right.
I challenge Waltrip, McReynolds, and
Time out. You're going too far.
I challenge all three of you guys to a fence climbing.
All right, you got it. Next victory. Daryl and I might need a ladder.
I'd do it if they put up a net.
Waltrip, you big wuss. Now. Do it.
All right. So next time you pull into victory lane, there you go. Daryl, are you ready? We got to climb that. We're going to have to be up that fence.
No, Look, that looks dangerous to me. You could get hurt doing that. But I tell you what I will do.
What's that?
I'll challenge you to a foot race. I'll race you around the track one time.
Would you take that, Tony?
Maybe we'll do one of each.
There
well,
you go.
The first thing, Tony, I want to know, do you plan on winning a race anytime soon? Because if you do, I think DW and I, we maybe need to go away from the drive-thrus and go get a little weight program going. Now, Home Depot will rent us a forkllift. There's not really a race we have to climb
that
this fence.
ladders, but no, those aren't going to. It's kind of it's like going through NASCAR tech. Ladders are illegal, lifts are illegal. It just doesn't pass tech.
I'm just worried about the load limit. That's all I'm worried about.
Well,
I mean, those fences will only hold so much.
And you know, we'll have a tough time tag teaming climbing a fence. That's going to be a tough task.
All right. Well, Home Depot will give us a ladder. So we'll do this, Tony. When you win the next Grey Cup race, I'm going to get him, and I'll give it a shot. All right.
And now you think about this, even. I mean, I'm even spotting you guys.
Yes.
Having run the race in a hot car all day, so I still think I can beat you up there.
Yeah, and he leaves his helmet on too. You ever notice that?
How come you left Hammond?
We might want to consider a helmet.
Yeah,
ourselves.
I'm getting my helmet in Hans' device too.
You left Hammond out of the challenge.
Because Hammond never picks on me. He's pretty sane most of the
I
time.
am sitting here. Hey, Tony, we never pick on you, Tony. We just talk about the pictures. That's all we do.
Yeah.
All right, no.
It's amazing how distorted the picture is sometimes from up here.
I was getting ready to say they have surgery for that right there.
We have high definition, you know.
Yeah, but you got to watch it.
Sometimes we have no definition.
Oh man.
I figure we're doing good because you guys really haven't picked on me much lately, so I must be doing something's pretty good.
That's where the calmer, gentler side comes in. A quick
I
look
thought
at
we was going to have to get on you at Bristol, but we cut you some slack there.
A quick look at the Busch Series points standings at the moment. Kevin Harvick in first place. He's been there since the second race of the season. It's the biggest lead. He's raced 3 different cars, and he's in the 21 car. And let's check in with Kevin Harvick. He's standing by with our Steve Burns. Steve?
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Kevin Harvick isn't a little bit hot. He's a lot hot. 156-point lead, one finish outside the top 10. That was 11th, and the most recent winner at Nashville in the Busch Series.
Yeah, our Coast Guard Chevrolet has been really good all year, so hopefully we can continue that streak today, and hopefully, I don't know that I can go pound for pound, but we can go car for car, so we'll see what happens.
All right, best of luck. Up in the top 10 in points in the Nextel Cup Series as well, Chris.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. And Kevin, Tony, you have had success on this track. You've won here before. Describe what it takes to win and what we should see tonight in this race.
This track, the biggest thing is this track does not have a lot of grip. I think it's been about 13 years since this track's been repaved, which makes it fun. I mean, it makes it to where you can move around on the racetrack. There will be guys that pretty much at the beginning of the run, they're going to start on the bottom of the racetrack, and as you see their tires start wearing off, the first place you're going to start seeing them move is in 1 and 2. They'll start moving to the middle of the track and up a little higher. Then you'll see them start moving in 3 and 4 higher as the race goes on. So it's a neat racy track. The two ends are totally different, and with that, it makes the balance of the race car mechanically, not necessarily aerodynamic-wise, more critical.
Now, we saw a minute ago, Tony, that interviewing Kevin Harvick, which you drive for Delana Harvick on selected races. Your owner, Joe Gibbs, has got 2 Busch teams. Have you guys ever thought about putting you in a Busch car, on an irregular or part-time basis out of your own?
Yeah, I'm actually going to run 2 Busch races for Joe Gibbs Racing this year. But, we started this deal with Kevin and Delana a couple years ago just to help them get their Busch program up and going and to try to help bring some sponsorship. Kevin's my best friend in the NASCAR series to begin with. So, and then Delana and I are great friends, too. So I consider him part of my family. And then we really enjoy running the Busch races for him. It's a nice release for me and lets me work with a different batch of guys, which is refreshing once in a while.
And you've had success in the Busch series, winning with this year at Daytona. In fact, a couple of wins at Daytona. But, Tony, I was interested in your theory or opinion on Cup drivers dominating the Busch series, and should there be clarification or change it, or do you just like it the way it is?
Well, you got to keep in mind, I mean, this is how race car drivers make their living. It's just like saying, well, should you be allowed to cover NASCAR races since you do football and other sports? We're working. This is work. It's not just, well, we're going racing.
Right, it's not a side job here.
But at the same time, I mean, I gained a lot of valuable experience before I got to Cup by racing with the Cup drivers and learning from Mark Martin and Jeff Burton and Bobby Labonte and racing with veterans like that were smart, and learning the etiquette of the sport and learning a lot of those things before I came to the Cup Series.
When you do,
absolutely. Oh yeah, and as a Cup driver, I mean, it's an advantage for these guys that do run tonight to also learn about what the track's going to do tomorrow night. So, those guys are putting themselves through another night of a long, intense heat for being inside the race car. Plus, having to worry about getting in an accident, but at the same time, there's a reward. There's the knowledge of what they learned the night before that's going to help them tomorrow.
So, Tony, with Jason starting on the pole right now. What do you think about his chances right now? He's won here in a Silver Crown car and a midget. You know, does a guy like him stand a chance against Kevin Harvick or Kurt Busch?
Absolutely. I mean, Jason's a great talent. I mean, he's been a teammate of mine in midgets. He's been a teammate of mine in at the Cup Series with Joe Gibbs Racing. And, you know, you don't get a pole by luck. I mean, you've got to get your car fast. And Jason knows his way around Phoenix International Raceway. So, you know, he's got enough experience here that if he has a good day, he's got just as good a shot as anybody else.
I want to talk about your teammates, and we'll see you, of course, in action tomorrow night. Denny Hamlin, let's start with him in the 11 car, and we watch him in Cup racing. He's done a good job as a rookie. Talk about the relationship you have and how proud you are of what he's done so far.
It's funny, of the two teammates that we have, I know the least about Denny, but what's funny is that the more everybody's around the two of us, the more they realize we're so much alike. It's like we're almost clones. Our attitudes are alike, our passions a lot alike, and what we like out of our race cars is very similar. So it's kind of fun. I mean, we're learning a lot about each other, but everybody else is comparing the two of us in the shop about how our approaches are very, very similar.
Now, with J.J. Yaley, I know, or at least according to what people were telling me, that you were very adamant about the fact that you need to have this guy driving an 18 car. Don't worry about looking outside. He's the man that can do the job there. And so far this year, he has definitely stepped up, and he is really starting to show that he's quite a talent.
Yeah, and I think every week he gains more confidence and gets more comfortable, not feeling like he has to prove himself. You know, he won a USAC Sprint Car Championship for me a couple years ago, and he's the guy that, with the sprint car team, I mean, he was hands-on. I mean, he could work on the motors. He built the chassis. I mean, he could do it all. So it was just a matter of time before he really found his niche here in this sport. And, you know, with the stress and strain of being a rookie nowadays and knowing that there's so many young guys and all these car owners are going and looking at kids racing go-karts and quarter midgets and this and that and hiring kids at the age of 15 and putting them under contracts, you have to perform right away. And I think that was a stress that was really hard on JJ. But now that he's got his ride in the 18 car, he's solidified his spot and he's showing everybody that there's a reason why he's there. So I think it's taken some of that pressure off of him to where he can go out and just do what he does best, and that's drive the race car.
And I know that you'll hang and watch a little bit with us. Will you be looking, I know, since you're not running at tonight's race, looking for anything that may help you tomorrow?
I'm actually going to dinner with a good friend of mine, Larry Howard, who's a friend of both of ours, who was my crew chief clear back in 1994 and 95. So I'm actually sneaking away and having dinner.
All right, we'll send you some pointers. I'm sure Jeff Hammond, since he's your buddy,
keep notes.
he doesn't pick on you. We thank Tony for being with us. We'll see him tomorrow night on Fox. We'll count you down to the race here in just a moment.
Tuesday, May 30th.
Hey guys, check it out. I'm gonna kill him.
Dennis Leary returns.
Oh my God, you're like the same age as my dad. Why does that turn me on?
Rescue Me, season premiere Tuesday, May 30th, only on FX.
Yeah, let me hear it. We say kick, you say stop.
Kate and Tim don't know the score. Greg does. He got his credit score from freecreditreport.com. Don't be like them. Get the score. Log on to freecreditreport.com to get your free credit score and report, and you'll be entered for a chance to win an honorary crew chief position with Greg Biffle at a 2007 NASCAR Series race. No purchase necessary to enter or win. See website for details. Free credit score and report with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
Introducing the new John Deere Select Series featuring four-wheel steer. Maneuverability has reached the turning point. See our entire new line at johndeere.com.
Gray hair in a beard is pugnacious.
In other words, gray hair stinks.
Just for men, switches and dishes gray.
Gray is gone.
It's simplistic and naturalistic.
Easy.
And Claude looks splendiferous.
Just for men gel with a new True Color formula.
Nicorette presents Win the Battle. 2000 at Darlington. With 40 laps to go, Bobby Labonte enters the pits in 5th place. But thanks to quick work from his crew, Labonte wins the battle off pit road. He exits in 1st. Suddenly, a thunderstorm hits. The race is declared over, and out of nowhere, Labonte has his first Darlington win. To beat smoking, you might need a little help. Win the battle, one craving at a time with Nicorette.
The new Honda Ring-Con. Independent rear suspension with a fuel-injected 700 class power plant. It's our biggest, baddest ATV ever. Nothing can stop it. Well, almost nothing. The new, more powerful Honda Ring-Con. See your Honda dealer for attractive financing and great low payments happening now during the Spring Into Action 2 sales event.
Welcome back. Just outside Phoenix, Jason Leffler on the pole. As the sun is setting, the crowd will rise. We get ready to go 200 miles over this 1 mile flat track. Right now, let's head down to the track for opening ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as the 162nd Fighter Wing Honor Guard from the Air National Guard Base in Tucson, Arizona, present our nation's colors. Please remain standing as Phoenix International Raceway Chaplain Ken Bowers offers our invocation.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me in a moment of prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for once again allowing us to join you here for the running of the Bashas Supermarkets NASCAR Busch Series race tonight. And in so doing, thank you for the confidence that we have in our hearts that you care about us. And because you do, we enjoy motorsports and will enjoy a successful and safe race tonight. This we pray in your name, and everyone said, Amen.
Please welcome NX 1031 recording artist Michelle Lee as she performs tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in the air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, yeah, and the home of the
We've had 7 different winners in the 8 Phoenix races run. Only Carl Edwards has won this from the pole. Will Kevin Harvick continue to dominate the Busch Series? The answer awaits under the lights 200 miles away.
In most races, leading laps matters. In most races, a top 10 finish matters. This is not most races. Because on the night of May 20th, nothing matters except the $1 million finish. Tune in to the NASCAR Nextel All-Star Challenge on FX.
This is Duralast, brakes built to exceed the need.
Built to last, Duralast.
Torture tested to ensure maximum stopping power. Get the brakes built to exceed the need.
Built to last, Duralast.
Only at AutoZone.
Newman.
Introducing new Gillette Fusion. On the front, 5 blades spaced closer together for more comfort. On the back, a precision trimmer for those tricky places or just playing tricks.
I got those guys good. Looking sharp, Newman. Thanks.
New Gillette Fusion. In manual or battery powered. The only razor used by the Gillette Young Guns.
The latest Turtle Wax breakthrough in car polish is clear, crystal clear Turtle Wax Ice. Ice leaves no white residue on trim or in seams.
I had no residue whatsoever.
Ice leaves nothing behind but pure shine. Now, your choice is clear. Turtle Wax Ice.
It's a fact. The more we learn about how to take care of ourselves and our families, the longer and healthier our lives become. That's why more people turn to WebMD than any other health information source. It's a place where people find answers to health questions with an ease never before possible, where doctors discover new and better ways to care for their patients. A place where everyone can finally forge a link between better information and better health. WebMD.
It's Friday Night Lights, Arizona style. Welcome back. The NASCAR Busch Series on FX presented by Netscape. You'll see Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, Greg Biffle, Kurt and Kyle Busch. A bushel of Nextel Cup drivers going up against a swarm of drivers with something to prove. 85 to 90 degrees. That's where the temperature falls as the sun sets. The track temperature, 4,000 degrees, probably. It may feel like that. I just want to make sure you're paying attention. Let's go upstairs where Larry, Mike, and Daryl are always paying attention. Good evening, gentlemen.
Look at that calm winds, and I thought all the calm wind was downstairs. It's a beautiful evening here in Phoenix. Going to be a great sunset and a great night to see a race shirt sleeve styles. But Daryl, this racetrack, Tony Stewart talked about it in the pre-race. The pavement's kind of worn out. You got a lot of short track slips sliding away. Greg Biffle spun and won. But does all this lead to contact or just a lot of extra concentration?
I think what happens is if your car is handling well, then a slick track, tight racing conditions certainly are not a problem. It's when your car's not handling well and you've got an aggressive driver behind the wheel and he tries to do more with the car than he really should. That's when he gets in trouble and causes trouble for other guys. So you've got to be able to drive the car only up to its potential. Don't give me 110%. Give me 100%, and you'll stay out of trouble that way.
But tonight you got a short way to go and not a lot of time to get there.
No, it's a very short race, 200 laps. You know, maybe I wouldn't be surprised somebody didn't try to make it on one stop. What do you think, Larry?
I think there's no question. If you've got one of those cars that's not quite as good as it should be, strategy can win this race. But I want to go back to what Jeff Hammond talked about in the pre-race. 8 races into this season, only Nextel Cup regulars have won the Busch races this year. You've got 5 of the top 10 that are non-Nextel Cup regulars that have qualified here today. This may be the race where these guys say, bring it on, boys. We're ready for you. And I think it's going to be a night of comers and goers. You saw the track surface 95 degrees. Today when they qualified, it was 115 degrees. So I think we'll definitely see guys going to the front, guys getting shuffled to the rear.
Yeah, one thing about this race, unlike the Cup race where nobody's won from the pole, Carl Edwards won this race from the pole. So being on the pole night for Jason Leffler is not a bad thing.
And Larry, you said what, out of the last 43 Busch Series races, 41 have been won by drivers who are also regulars in Nextel Cup.
Yeah, when you look at last season, 8 races this year, only 2 drivers that are not affiliated with a Nextel Cup organization or a Nextel Cup driver, David Green and Johnny Sauter, have won races. So they're looking to make that 3 tonight.
Well, we'll see if they can turn that around as we get set to race just outside of Phoenix in an area that used to be cotton fields and cattle, and now it's all grown up with schools and houses and stores and, oh my gosh, traffic. Nice crowd on hand for a beautiful Friday night. Let's go trackside.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome the Senior Vice President of Sales and Merchandising for Bashas Supermarkets, Christy Coleman.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
The NASCAR Busch Series is ready to race in the Arizona desert. You're watching NASCAR on FX.
NASCAR Busch Series Racing on FX is presented by Netscape and brought to you in part by Dodge and by John Deere.
Next time on Circle of Trust.
Look, this relationship isn't working out. I need to change. From net zero.
Look, forget that zero.
Netscape can get you online for just $9.95 a month.
And fewer online ads than Net Zero?
Please, lots fewer. Netscape gives you free web accelerator and McAfee's comprehensive virus protection.
You make me feel so safe.
Yeah, I know.
Get Netscape. Sign up today.
You're one sick puppy.
The all-new Dodge Caliber. It's anything but cute.
A John Deere 100 series can be yours starting at $13.99. Welcome to the John Deere neighborhood. Now available in more stores than ever. See the full line at johndeere.com.
You can't change the price of gas, but you can change your filter. Replacing a clogged air filter can save you up to $5 per tank of gas. Install a new Fram air filter every 12,000 miles. It can improve your car's performance and save you money at the pump. So remember, no matter what you drive, no matter how you drive it, before you slam it, Fram it.
Gray hair in a beard is pugnacious.
In other words, gray hair stinks.
Just for men, swishes and dishes gray.
Gray is gone.
It's simplistic and naturalistic. Easy.
And Claude looks splendiferous.
Just for Men gel with a new True Color formula.
Next week on Fox. A convicted killer is on the run, but his next step could be his last. An all-new Prison Break next week on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
Check the inside locks on the cars. We're good to go.
This is the biggest job they'll ever pull.
$40 million.
If they can pull it off. Thief. All new Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
Welcome to the NASCAR Busch Series on FX, presented by Netscape. As the field continues to roll off a pit road and form up behind the safety vehicles. Here's a look at our Netscape starting grid, led by Jason Leffler and Matt Kenseth on the front row. And as you look at the lineup, we'll go to pit road and Dr. Dick Berggren.
Well, if history repeats itself, we're in for a wild night tonight. Last year in this race, 14 caution flags, a record for 67 laps, a record. The guy who won the race actually spun out during the race. It's nighttime. We're going to see some sparks. We're going to have a great time tonight. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
Paul Menard has a lot of momentum behind him, Dick Berggren. Now, he would love to join Denny Hamlin as a first-time NASCAR Busch Series winner, like Hamlin did at Mexico. He'd like to pull it off right here at Phoenix. Now, he qualified 23rd. He didn't struggle in qualifying. He had more of a disadvantage going out early. This is such a weather-sensitive racetrack. But he's hitting a lot of momentum right now so early in the season. 3 single-digit finishes in the first 8 races. It took him till June last year to score 1 top 5 finish. He really feels like this car is solid in race trim. To Jeannie Zelasco.
Well, Matt, a lot of smiles at drivers' introductions for one reason, that night race. Why? Speed. That's what they're talking about. And how much faster does this track really get when the sun goes down? Well, you are about to find out. We do know the cooler temperatures gives you more grip, especially through the turns, which means get off those brakes, get to the business at hand, driving that car very fast. And that is why the handful of crew chiefs, that are the handful of rookie drivers out here, were quick to point out, don't overdrive your stuff, Steve.
Well, Jeannie, as Matt said, Denny Hamlin got his first win in Mexico City earlier this year. He won back-to-back poles in Texas. And again, last week at Nashville, he comes here second in points. But this race team tested 2 race cars at the 3/4-mile Richmond International Raceway. And right now, they're thinking they brought the wrong car. They've made a lot of changes to that 20 car. Denny's not really sure what they've got on this racetrack tonight here at Phoenix. Mike?
Thanks, Steve. We'll have you look at the race analysis. 43 drivers are set to start this race. One who is not among them is Jason Keller. Released this week by Phoenix Racing. He had 279 consecutive starts, the longest active streak leading up to this race. And on the all-time Busch Series list since 1982, he is second on that list by only 18 starts to Tommy Houston. So Keller is looking for a ride.
You saw that pit window right there, 85 to 90 laps. That's what DW was talking about. Remember, Dick Berggren talked about all the cautions. You get enough cautions, you could do this on one stop. Need to also mention that first in-car camera shot was Kenny Wallace starting in the 20th position. He's going to the rear of the field. He missed the driver's meeting.
What?
Missed the driver's meeting.
Now, why would a veteran driver like him miss the driver's meeting?
You'll have to ask him.
Did someone kidnap him? Or was he over talking to somebody? That's probably what happened.
I would say that would be a strong possibility.
Half a lap from a start. Tony Stewart joins us for the start of this race. And Smoke, you talked about this racetrack and the lack of grip. What do you have to especially be careful of on the first lap of this race?
Just not locking up the left front tire when you go into turn one, because the banking kind of falls away from you on the left-hand side. So what we noticed in the Cup cars is it was easy to go in the corner on colder tires and actually lock up the left front tire, which made you push up into the outer lane. So those guys will just have to tiptoe through the first couple corners until they get some heat in the tires.
Well, DW, it's Friday night under the light. Let's get this party started. Pull those belts tight one more time.
Tony loves this. It's just for you, bud. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
How about this side-by-side racing?
Oh, trouble, turn 4. Here we go. Round goes somebody back there.
That somebody was the 78 of Jerry Robertson. And nobody else got collected.
No, he slid right through the middle of them. Nobody hit him. I don't think he's had any damage. He gets it fired up. He should be okay.
And he had a good qualifying run, qualified in 18th position. I'm going to tell you, I think who just barely...
I don't even know where we are.
Who barely slid through was Greg Biffle in that 16 car.
Now, he was a guy that had to make the race. So, you know, it wouldn't come as a great surprise that your car is maybe just a little too free, and then maybe...
That was all checking up.
That was everybody behind him. Yeah, he's so lucky. I was right up in the middle of the field, as you can see.
Like possibly a little help maybe from the 6 car, Mark Martin.
Yeah, it sort of looked that way. It's hard to tell from the angles we've got.
I don't know if he just got loose in front of Mark. That angle there kind of looked that way. I don't know.
From Jamie McMurray as he goes through the grass. Well, Tony, you kind of called it. I mean, lap 1 and there we are already.
Yeah, I hate to say it.
I know.
No, I was just listening. I mean, they were asking me up here what I thought. And I was like, well, you got Daryl down there, and he pretty much knows it all. So I'm sure whatever he said was accurate.
You know why I know it all? I've seen it all.
Well, yeah.
And I've done it all.
I'm sure you have.
All right, here's the deal, Tony. You go ahead and have a nice dinner. Us working men, we're going to keep digging up here. He's lost for words.
Hey, Tony, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We're on to the first caution of the night.
Go get pizza and watch the race.
Hitting the road with everything you love never loses its thrill. What will you discover? Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.com for a free video and see an RV dealer.
Subway Dinner Theater presents the Italian Trio. 3 mouth-watering creations from that country that looks like a boot. Now, on new toasted garlic bread, hot and fresh from the oven. Subway, eat fresh!
Nicorette presents Win the Battle. 1984 Firecracker 400. A wreck with 3 laps to go means this is it.
This will be the race back to the start-finish line, and this could be for all the marbles.
They race back to the checkers. The lap car ahead. Petty right down to the apron. They're side by side.
They are door-to-door in the dog leg.
The King prevails to win his 200th race at the tender age of 47.
100th career NASCAR victory.
You're never too old to beat Smokey. Win the battle, one craving at a time with Nicorette.
Tomb Raider Legend. In stores now. I'm waiting. Rated T for teen.
This is Duralast. Brakes built to exceed the need.
Built to last. Duralast.
Torture tested to ensure maximum stopping power. Get the brakes built to exceed the need.
Built to last. Duralast.
Only at AutoZone.
Tuesday, May 30th.
Oh my God, you're like the same age as my dad. Why does that turn me on?
Rescue Me. Season premiere Tuesday, May 30th. Only on FX.
We're back under green. Matt Kenseth the leader after 5 laps. Jason Leffler, the pole sitter, trying him on the bottom of the racetrack, but no grip there, and Kenseth prevails on the high side.
And now Leffler has his hands full of Kurt Busch in that 39 car.
He had to get out of the gas, keep him getting into the side of Matt. When he did, he lost his forward momentum there, and here comes Kurt Busch.
A further replay showed a lot of contact between Mark Martin and Jerry Robertson getting into the corner. Mark's comment on the in-car radio was that Robertson chopped down on him entering the corner, and Mark got into the side of him, sent him up the hill and out of the way.
Darrell, now Jason Leffler in the 32 car, he's moved up to that groove that Matt Kenseth passed him, that second groove up the racetrack.
Yeah, he's working really, really hard right now. Jason is just trying to hang on to second place. He doesn't want to lose another spot there, and he's really got his hands full.
It's a 1 mile racetrack, but she's pretty flat. Only 9 degrees down there in turn 3 and 4.
And when there hadn't been any cars on it for a little while, it just lays there in the heat. Just kind of, it soaks up the heat, makes the track really treacherous for the first 5 or 6, 7, 8 laps here.
11th place, Harvick the point leader. You're looking back at his protege Bernie Lamar, who has a lot of laps on this racetrack as a West and Southwest Tour competitor.
Yeah, Harvick in the 21, he's been getting about a car a lap. Started back in the 14th position. He's bumping into the top 10 now.
Steve?
Yeah, Mike, down here looking at Todd Mosey atop the pit box for Jason Leffler. Concern here in the pits, but so far Jason really hasn't said anything about his race car. You see Todd Mosey looking on. He's concerned. They've just told him that he's getting through 3 and 4 pretty good. But right now, Jason is quiet, busy driving that race car.
And he is busy.
Yeah, he is very much so. See him in there sawing on him pretty good. So, but that's not a bad thing right now. I think his car is just a little free, should tighten up. Probably be better as the race goes on here.
And definitely as this racetrack cools down, it's going to get more grip and the cars will tighten up.
A little bit of contact here. J.J. Yaley trying to come up through on the inside. He and Regan Smith might have traded, I don't know, hamburger wrapper, little paint or something there.
You talked about the 1 car. We have Mike Wallace in it, had a great qualifying run, sitting up there battling right now for the 7th position. There's teammates behind him, Regan Smith in the 35, Ashton Lewis Jr. in the 25, both great qualifying run for Renzi Motorsports. They're battling each other there in the top 10 for 8th.
And right with him, John Andretti in that threesome. And closing on that group is the point leader, Harvick, in the 21.
Riding with Clint Boyer here in the 2 car, back in the 14th position, man that's 3rd in the points.
Everybody's pretty much, only car it looks like it's just really dialed in right now like you'd want it is our leader, the 17 car. Everybody else is slicing and dicing right now. Cars look a little bit loose there from what I can tell.
I'll tell you who's slicing and dicing. Matt Yoakum talked about him right before the race. Paul Menard in the 11 car. He started back in the 23rd position. He just drove by Mark Martin the last time off turn 4 to take that position away. He has moved up now to the 18th position. So he's getting about a car a lap as he's working on Mark McFarland in the 88 car.
We see Mark right there behind him. Whoa, here's some contact.
Johnny Sauter in the 00, Mike Bliss in the 34 car.
31st place. And Jamie McMurray with the autism awareness camera. On board is number 64.
Jamie just did not get a good qualifying run. A previous winner of the Busch race here qualified back in the 33rd position in the Rusty Wallace car. You can hear him having to play with that throttle off the corner. You can't just mat it even 14 laps into a run here.
No, that's part of being good here, is kind of knowing how to finesse it, work the throttle.
Big battle here. Hamlin had the outside on Bernie Lamar, couldn't make it go. Here comes Clint Boyer in the deuce.
Yeah, well, it just shows how much momentum momentum racetrack this is,
well,
particularly 3 and 4.
Let me break your momentum with this yellow flag.
for
that.
Well, that is pretty big.
Yeah. Debris in turn 1 puts us under caution for the second time at lap 16.
Anybody here? Tuesday, May 30th. I think sometimes we forget what a good crew we have.
That's why I became a firefighter. I run into a burning building.
I got one in here.
My heart's beating a mile a minute. I don't know if I'm going to get out of it alive.
An all-new season. We're brothers. That's what we're supposed to do. Rescue Me premieres Tuesday, May 30th, only on FX.
Tuesday, The Transporter. An FX movie presentation, Tuesday at 8, followed by an all-new episode of Thief at 10, only on FX.
With all the time four-stroke spent in the shop for maintenance, it's easy to forget what you're doing. The two-stroke Evinrude E-Tech. With 3 years no maintenance, spend your time on the water.
I'm sorry. It's just not working out.
But we
can still be friends.
But you said you loved me.
I lied.
Steel toe protection from Georgia Boot. Work boots that are always on the job, even if you aren't. On or off the job, Georgia Boot has a style that works for you.
MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV. Over 1,600 games of Major League action. That's up to 60 games a week for a price you won't believe. We're talking every hit. That ball is gone. Every catch. Every play. Yeah, baby! It's the most Major League Baseball you can get. MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV. To order, visit DirecTV.com or call 1-800-GET-SPORTS.
I know it's only been a month, but I have a really good feeling about us. My mother loves you, my cats love you. I hope you don't think I'm rushing things here. I see us spending our lives together. I see us sharing things and growing as people. I just... Oh! I love you too! I will!
No.
I have to call my mom.
Need to keep your car moving? To get the car maintenance advice you need, go to NASCAR.com and click on Auto Service.
I'm getting married!
Aerial coverage courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company and its fleet of airships, reminding you travel with peace of mind on Goodyear's Forterra tire, featuring silent armor technology. About a dozen cars pitted during this second caution flag of the night. New face in the 38, Anthony Foyt, released by this team. They have switched over to Chevrolets, and Ryan Moore from Scarborough, Maine, a veteran of what's now the Busch East Series. His dad, Kelly, all-time winner in that series, and Ryan's getting a shot here. They were on pit road with the hood up.
He was one of the cars that made a pit stop, and it was all cars kind of at the back of the pack. Darrell talked about trying to do this race on one stop. What these guys do from here is they maybe can do it on one stop.
Excuse me, this isn't where smoke went for dinner.
Man.
Please tell me it's not.
Man.
Because where there's smoke.
There's fire. This is a brush fire, a couple of miles outside the racetrack here.
Huge.
No joke. We'll restart at lap 20. Pat Kenseth from Leffler, Busch, Sorensen, Busch, Yaley, and Mike Wallace.
The other thing, those guys that made that pit stop, what they'd love to see is about another 10, 15, 20 laps. They know then the leaders would have to come to pit road and they'd get the track position they gave up by making that pit stop.
Denny Hamlin in the 20 there almost got squeezed into the wall coming off turn 2.
Yeah, I just saw Hamlin. He got pushed up in the outside wall. I don't think he made a lot of contact, but he certainly rubbed it. That's so tight over there coming off. Guy on the inside will just slide right up into you.
You just run out of racetrack in a hurry over there.
And just think, that's about 15 feet wider back there than it used to be. They moved that wall back. You see right here the
Lamar,
Bernie Lamar. Clint Boyer right there. They all kind of wadded up. Casey Mears looking on. See a good shot of it here now. Gets a run up on the outside of Bernie Lamar. Bernie just doesn't know he's there. He has to check up, and he gets tapped by Clint Boyer.
Tell you what, our leader, Matt Kenseth, is 17. He's got his hands full right now with Jason Leffler in the 32 car. Matt, it almost looks like that Jason Leffler's car is coming to him. Maybe Matt Kenseth's car, the 17's, kind of losing the handle a little bit.
For the lead, Leffler looking on the inside and then gets right back up in the tire tracks of Kenseth.
I kind of felt like the way Jason started off there, his car was a little dancy, a little dicey loose, but it looked like the kind of loose that was going to come to you. Like tire pressure maybe build up and the car would get better.
See how close you come to this wall coming off turn 2.
Sorry, turn 1, a lot of smoke, but it was brake lockup on Ryan Moore. And nothing more than that.
And that, again, is something Tony talked about, locking up that left front. You got so much camber in the front tires that you're just riding on the edge of the tire on corner entry.
Kyle Busch right in the middle of this battle, Jeannie.
And Kyle Busch fighting a car that is loose but tight in the center. But I guess the biggest concern right now, both the water and the oil temperatures are climbing. They're telling him to back it down just a little bit. Interestingly enough, guys, just walking up and down the pits as everyone was trying to decide whether they were going to come in, saw a lot of crews with the scuffed tires, the already been used tires, ready for the next stop, trying to save the good stuff for later, obviously because of the tire limitations in the Busch Series.
Thanks, Jeannie. New leader, pole sitter Jason Leffler goes to the front.
And I tell you what, Matt Kenseth, he's got his hands full of Kurt Busch in that 39 car right now.
Matt?
Mike, under that caution now, Matt was telling his crew chief for this weekend, Jimmy Finnick, part of the reshuffling at Roush, that the car off the corner, that's where he needs the most help. He just can't get in the gas quick enough. Then he also commented, he says, you know, there's a big fire outside turn 1. Have you guys noticed?
Yes, we have. And right now, he's on the verge of losing that second spot to Kurt Busch. He's able to maintain off turn 2, but here's where Kurt will probably drive it in down to turn 3, take the position away.
Remember what Kurt was telling me earlier today? Just get behind that guy and worry him until he drives too hard into the corner, then go low around him, and that's exactly what he did.
Complete the pass on the exit of the corner.
That's a clean way of passing.
Oh, boy, tomorrow night, under the lights, Saturday night.
Tracy Hines has taken his Gould Pumps number 14 to the garage, and let's check with Steve.
Mike, during that caution flag on lap 15, Jason Leffler had the opportunity to give feedback to crew chief Todd Losey. He said the car is loose, but it's turning real good. My only problem area, he goes, I'm loose when I get on the gas pedal off of turn 2. Other than that, this car is turning great. We're going to be good.
And Darrell, that's the secret here. The car has to turn, then you've got to drive it with that throttle off the corner. If that thing pushes in the middle, you're not going to be competitive here.
When it'll turn, Larry, you can drive it. You don't have to slide it. Here's a guy, though, right here that's impressing me. Mike Wallace in that one car, he is caught up to the back there of Kyle Busch and this lead pack, and he's closing in on these guys pretty well.
And right now, this is just a 3-race deal for Mike Wallace in the one car. James Finch in that group. They're going to race here. They'll race at Talladega next week, as well as the Cup car in Richmond in a couple of weeks. Good run for this group, though.
And, you know, Larry, they worked their tail off on that car trying to get it to drive right. Looks like they've nailed it.
They were not very good in practice yesterday.
29 laps complete this time by 2 leaders, Matt Kenseth and this man, the pole sitter, Jason Leffler.
Previously on Circle of Trust.
I didn't say anything when Rhonda took my lipstick, ate my peanut butter, and stole my boyfriend. But today, she tried to sign me up for Net Zero. I hate them. My Netscape has unlimited internet access and free web accelerator for just $9.95 a month. You know, Net Zero charges you every time you call for tech support. That's crazy. She's crazy.
Get Netscape. Sign up today.
And it all comes down to this for Hauer.
For his fiancée, it's meant postponing their wedding for this event.
It's a clean start. There seems to be some sort of trouble with the Hampton boat. Oh dear, a seat just broke.
The boat is literally falling apart.
Somebody is going to have a lot of explaining to do.
Not the official tools of competitive rowing. The official tools of NASCAR. Craftsman at Sears.
I learned a lot when I found out I had high blood pressure, but I didn't know it could lead to erectile dysfunction.
Having diabetes changed my life, but I didn't know it could lead to ED.
Guys should know that having certain health conditions like high blood pressure
or diabetes may lead to ED, and that Levitra can help.
Doctors know Levitra works for men with ED, even those with high blood pressure or diabetes. Levitra is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. If you have heart problems or are on alpha blocker therapy, talk to your doctor before taking Levitra. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing and stuffy or runny nose. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting longer than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in vision, stop taking Levitra and call your doctor right away.
Imagine what Levitra can do for you. Talk to your doctor.
The more you know about ED, the more you'll want to know about Levitra.
The latest Turtle Wax breakthrough in car polish is clear, crystal clear Turtle Wax Ice. Ice leaves no white residue on trim or in seams.
I had no residue whatsoever.
Ice leaves nothing behind but pure shine. Now, your choice is clear. Turtle Wax Ice.
A John Deere 100 series can be yours starting at $13.99. Welcome to the John Deere neighborhood. Now available in more stores than ever. See the full line at johndeere.com.
34 laps completed the NASCAR Busch Series on FX, presented by Netscape. Jason Leffler's been out in front for the last 11 of those, trying to distance Matt Kenseth, who started outside pole. Kurt Busch now up to second, Kenseth third. Reed Sorensen, J.J. Yaley, all in the top 5.
Well, those first two guys, they're Jason Leffler and Kurt Busch. Their lap times almost mirror each other at lap after lap. They're running the same speed every lap.
Tell you the thing I'm noticing, 35 laps into this race now, getting close to a half of a fuel run. We're starting to see a lot of these cars move around, but I know one car that's been moving pretty good, even though he's losing a position to Kenny Schrader in the 66. Michael Waltrip in the 99 started back in the 39th position, and he has worked his way all the way up into the top 25 now, so he's making a little bit of noise here early in the race.
Michael likes this racetrack. He ran really good here last year. I thought he was going to win here last year in the Cup race, you know, and that was going to be a big deal because Daytona and Talladega is his specialty. Been good to see him win this thing, and he runs good at New Hampshire, a track very similar to this.
Little 3 wide there.
3 wide will work on the straightaway, but not getting off into turn 1.
Johnny Sauter in the midst of that. Mike Bliss has taken his car behind the wall. The Sport Clip Chevy overheating.
And I think, you know, we got a report that maybe Kyle Busch in the 5, I think maybe he was running a little bit warm, one of those cars that was racing there with him. And I think what happens, you get lured in, and I think one reason you see here is probably damage on the nose of that 5 car. But you get lured into trying to run so much tape on the nose of these cars to help the car to turn, but it's hot here, and it's a short track. And you get behind cars, and next thing you know, you're running too warm.
Yeah, and you don't want any tape much on the, I mean, you can see he's got those 2 little blue splotches right there in the center of the grill, but that damage is what's got him in trouble.
Possibly.
And that's why I never run much tape on my grill or on my nose on a track like this, because you got to assume you're going to get a little bit of damage.
A few laps ago in that 3 wide run, Johnny Sauter passed Danny O'Quinn Jr. in the World Financial 50, and now O'Quinn returns the favor to the yellow transportation Chevy, and they go after the next group of cars that includes David Gilliland in the 84 and Michael Waltrip's 99.
Tell you what, though, that's a good run for David Gilliland just to make this race. If you notice, a solid black car, not a whole lot or anything on those quarter panels, qualified back in the 31st position. And he's maintaining right now, so good run.
Is Wilbur still his crew chief?
They're still over there, yep.
Yeah. He's had some good people over there helping him.
I tell you what, we knew before the night was out he was going to be on the move. We talked about him earlier. Greg Biffle in the 16 car started back in the 25th position. He has moved up into the top 15. He just moved into the 15th place. I will guarantee you the man that won here a year ago, he will be a factor as he's all over the back of Casey Mears now in the 42 car.
Be smooth here, no pressure.
The thing about Biffle is he just finds a way. It doesn't matter if his car's good or not. He just finds a way to get up there.
He gets under Casey Mears. can't complete the pass coming off 2. We'll check with Dick.
Well, Biffle early on said that he didn't like his race car at all, Mike. He said no grip, absolutely no grip. So surely they will be adjusting it on the first pit stop.
But he drove her into turn 3 that time. Just took the position away from Casey Mears in the 42.
Yeah, nice job, the old Biff just doesn't need a lot of grip. He just needs a little bit.
He just needs plenty of racetrack
to slide
just get
out of the way and don't worry about the grip. Because he's got a grip on that steering wheel. That's what counts.
You know, a guy that had a great car at Nashville last week, Reed Sorensen in the 41 car, he just drove by Matt Kenseth in the 17, took that 3rd position away from him. So Reed's moving on up.
You got to believe it. They'll get that car dialed in as good as it was last year. You got to believe it's a matter of time here till they figure that thing out and get it back up there winning race again. What are they saying, Steve?
And Daryl, what Reed Sorensen is saying is that his car is turning well. I heard that from Jason Leffler. Also good news from Reed Sorensen. He's not saying much recently, but his crew chief Brian Patty is telling him that he is as fast as the leaders.
Crew chiefs will tell you that.
and a lot of times my driver will respond, why is that car in front of me getting smaller then?
Right. Now, I like this battle. I'm interested to see how Biffle tries to work his way past Denny Hamlin.
Just be patient right here. One of the 42 behind you. We'll get sorted out.
And the 35 of Regan Smith on the bottom.
Well, that's a wad right there.
Yep. Woohoo. Casey Mears following him through.
I tell you what, we're riding with old cousin Carl now in the 60 car, started back in the 21st position. He's been moving right on up there with his teammate Greg Biffle in the 16. We're riding with Carl here now.
Did you see Biffle almost get squeezed into the outside of the turn 2 wall by Denny Hamlin there?
If you stood over on that corner, you would see that lap after lap. Somebody almost always gets squeezed into or almost into that wall back there.
Well, Hamlin wasn't going to give Biffle the bottom, so he took the top and took control.
And he just about ran out of racetrack right there off turn 4. Looked like he just all but skimmed the outside wall.
Biffle up to 12.
Mark Martin in the 6 car, battling Regan Smith in the 35. Looks like the 35 car is starting to go backwards, and then David Green, the 27, right in front of Mark. This is a battle right now for 16th.
We've talked about that paint job that's been on several of the Roush AmeriQuest cars. Mark Martin's wearing it here. Kids designed that. It's part of the AmeriQuest Soaring Dreams program. And Mark was at Estrella High School here in Avondale to talk about teamwork, education, and art.
Well, you know, racing exemplifies all those things. I mean, teamwork. You know, people always want you to come and talk about teamwork, being a part of a team, and there's no sport where teamwork is more important than it is in NASCAR.
There was that word again, though, Australia.
Every time I hear that, it makes me nervous.
You think we're in the wrong country, don't you?
How did I get here? I went to sleep on the airplane, woke up in Australia.
It's in English, it would be Estrella.
Estrella.
It's Estrella. More later. 47 laps complete. Jason Leffler out in front of Kurt Busch and Reed Sorensen.
Boys are getting ready for pit stops.
When we set out to build an entirely new type of motorcycle, we looked everywhere for inspiration, except to convention. The 113 cubic inch fuel-injected Star Roadliner. We build it, you make it your own. Test ride one today at participating Yamaha dealers.
One thing you can always predict about the weather, it's unpredictable. That's why Goodyear engineers created Triple Tread technology. It's got an ice zone for gripping power in icy conditions, aqua chutes to move water away from the tire, and a dry zone for confident maneuvering. Get superior traction in any weather condition. Goodyear's Triple Tread technology. Now available on Forterra for SUVs and Assurance for cars. So you're always prepared on the wings of Goodyear.
Quikrete Concrete. For over 60 years, it's been used by just about everyone for just about everything. Quikrete, king of the concrete jungle.
Gray hair and a beard is pugnacious.
In other words, gray hair stinks.
Just for men, swishes and dishes gray.
Gray is gone.
It's simplistic and naturalistic.
Easy.
And Claude looks splendiferous.
Just for men gel with a new True Color formula.
Check the inside locks on the cars. We're good to go.
This is the biggest job they'll ever pull.
$40 million.
If they can pull it off. Thief, all new Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
Listen to your favorite driver live with Race Day Scanner. Get it and other exclusive content online through AOL.com/sports and NASCAR.com.
You guys are awesome!
53 laps complete in the Bashas Supermarkets 200. Here at Phoenix International Raceway, Jason Leffler has led 30 of those 53 laps. The Fort McDowell Resort Chevrolet.
He's pretty much been in his own zip code as far as lap times, but now he is catching a lot of lap traffic. He runs up on the back of John Wood in the 47 car, so he has now put the 33rd place car a lap down, going after Stacy Compton, John Wood's teammate.
Yeah, that car, the 32 car Leffler, it's been good ever since they unloaded. And to settle on the pole and to be running like he is right now, that's pretty impressive.
Steve is in Leffler's pit.
And Mike, Jason and Todd Losey just talking about possible adjustments when they do pit. Todd Losey said, maybe let's think about putting a pound in the left rear. Jason Leffler said, nah, dude, let's leave it alone. Let's leave it free. Just put a set of brand new sticker tires on her.
Probably not a bad move right there. I'd be hesitant because you just never know. You're on such a fine line like a razor blade with the balance of the car. You don't want to do much when you've got a car this good.
Mike Bliss came back in the race, lasted 3 more laps, and now he's back behind the wall again.
Yeah, I think that overheating did him in.
And Mark Martin has been having his work cut out for him here tonight.
He's had an eventful evening so far.
Now
right off the get-go.
He has every other team's paint color on that car, but that's by design.
Red Farmer's car used to have all kinds. Red never fixed his car. And you'd always say, you hit me. He said, well, show me where.
There? Right there?
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what, you can see it really pushed that left front fender in, and that you want to keep that left front fender in pretty good shape right there because it will help to make the car where it doesn't want to turn. But Casey Mears did a good job hanging on in that 42 car. Mark right now back in the 14th position in the 6 car.
Clear high, clear high.
Works past Ryan Moore, who is a lap down.
Tell you what, we're riding with Clint Boyer. It started back in the 16th position. Just a lap or 2 ago, he drove by J.J. Yaley in the 18, so he moves in the top 5. It's almost like they had that great run last week at Nashville, finished 2nd behind teammate Kevin Harvick, coming here to Phoenix trying to back that runner-up finish they had up.
He and Carl Edwards are the 2 fastest cars on the racetrack right now. Here he goes after Kenseth for 4th place.
Yeah, Kenseth, I think he'd love to see a caution about right now in this 17 car, because this car definitely is going backwards.
So you got to just be impressed, though, with these children's cars in the Busch Series. 1st and 2nd last week, leading the points. They pretty much have dominated this series.
Now, Matt Kenseth working with a little different crew chief this week. He has Jimmy Finning, who Jack took from the 26 Nextel Cup team, and McMurray moved him over the Busch Series. Now, normally Chad Norris is the crew chief of this car, but after Texas, they had quarter panel height infraction. He has been suspended for 3 races. So Jimmy's moved in to replace Chad for 3 races.
What Kurt Busch is using a lot of brakes. See all that dust on that left front tire? This place is hard on brakes, and if your car's not exactly right, you'll use a lot of brakes. You can actually have a brake problem here.
And you don't have that low gear to slow you down when you roll out of the throttle, getting in these corners at almost 160 miles per hour.
Both front tires, if you notice the wheels, are just covered up with brake dust.
Easy to see on those yellow wheels.
And we listened in on Kurt and his team.
Now let's say crossway down on the right rear and some air out of the right rear.
You say you want to take air out of the right rear, Kurt?
Yeah, let's do a half a pound out of that bad boy, but you got to put a turn in the right rear at the same time. attitude with the car, and then you get that right rear drive off the corner.
Yeah, I follow you now.
See, that's smart. It's one offsets the other. You let a little air out of the tire, that gives it grip. You take a little wedge out, which will go down on the right rear, that will give it, that will compensate for that air pressure adjustment.
There you see Matt Gimbel over there, his crew chief on the left. Matt, like Kurt Busch, doing double duty this weekend here at Phoenix because Roy McCauley, the crew chief for Kurt's Nextel Cup, home recovering from surgery he had earlier in the week. He'll be back at Talladega.
Dick?
Oh, we should also point out that Busch and Matt Gimbel are undefeated in Busch Series racing. They have had only one start together. That in Texas, they led 70 laps more than anybody else, and they won the race. So what they're doing here with Kurt Busch not only fielding the car, but also telling Gimbel what he wants by way of change. It worked in Texas, may work here as well.
And Darrell, the other thing, when you screw down on that right rear, you raise the right rear, that gets that rear spoiler up in the air as well, getting off in the corner. So it helps it from an aero standpoint. Pretty smart thinking there.
"64 laps complete. Jason Leffler out in front of Kurt Busch by almost 3 seconds.
Nicorette presents Win the Battle, 1997 Daytona 500. With owner Rick Henry fighting leukemia, a 25-year-old Jeff Gordon promises a win. Fighting from way back, he makes a bunch of daring maneuvers.
Oh, look out on the flanger. Gordon is trying to get by.
Gordon becomes the race's youngest winner ever, and a man of his word. When you make the promise to beat smoking, Nicorette can help you back it up. Win the battle, one craving at a time with Nicorette.
Richmond gets me fired up. There's no other track like it. Racing at night is definitely intense. Everything looks a little bit faster and more exciting. The sparks are flying. You get to feel the intensity that comes from the fans. It's exciting side-by-side action that you won't see anywhere else.
The NASCAR Busch Series returns to Richmond International Raceway in the Circuit City 250 presented by Funai. Friday night, May 5th. Call 888-472-2849.
Richmond, it's racing perfection. And I should know. I'm Jeff Gordon.
Dell Media Center PCs let you enjoy and share your digital photos. Download pictures from your digital camera. View or play them as a slideshow. Print and share with family and friends, all at the touch of a button. Create and enjoy your memories with a Dimension E310 with Windows XP Media Center Edition, a 17-inch flat panel monitor, and free shipping and handling for just $549. It's more than a picture-perfect PC. It's a Dell.
Code Green. I think I've lost him.
Hey, haven't I seen you before?
You sure have.
Look out! My car! It's too late to report my claim now.
Don't you have Esurance?
I do.
At Esurance, you can report your claim 24/7, online or on the phone. Always fast and friendly. You'll be back on the road in no time. Duty calls. If you're on the go, you gotta have Esurance.
Save on 24/7 claim service at Esurance.com or call today 1-888-ESURANCE.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, where were you?
What do you mean?
You're supposed to pick me up at the airport.
Oh, softball game.
I just waited for like 2 hours.
It was playoffs. I got a double.
That's great.
12-3.
Good.
NASCAR Busch Series racing on FX, presented by Netscape. Glad you're joining us from Arizona on a Friday night. Jason Leffler, currently your leader on lap 70. He was the pole sitter, but things off to a slow start. Jerry Robertson in the 78 car, the Chevy. This is 16th career Busch Series race, and then rookie Bernie Lamar, who started 9th. A little bouncing, and Mark Martin with Casey Mears. Martin in the 6 car, Mears in the 42. This is a battle for the 14th position. A little nip and tuck, but Jason Leffler has led the most laps. Matt Kenseth led 23 laps a little bit earlier, and here is your leader who was the pole sitter. How about some guys, Jeff Hammond, Kurt Busch, Carl Edwards, among those moving up?
Well, right now, take a look at Jason Leffler. He's making life kind of miserable for a lot of these guys. He's trying to work his way around Johnny Sauter, Kent Schrader out there in the 66 car. But when you think about guys moving up, Carl Edwards, who's won here before, he's making a good, strong run coming up through the field, along with Greg Biffle, has now moved into the top 10, both those drivers. But how about their teammate, Danny O'Quinn Jr., driving the 50 car for Jack Roush, won that TV, you might say, you know, opportunity to kind of like race right now. Started 41st all the way up to 18th, and watching his lap times, he's got lap times equal to or better than the top 5. So, I mean, he's really got a strong ride right here, and the young man's doing a really good job to keep his nose clean, catch a caution flag. We may hear some more from him before tonight's over with.
Again, one of 8 rookies in the race. Let's check on some of the other guys moving up, and as we rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
I'll tell you one thing I'm watching, Mike, is that 32 car. He caught the 0-0 there at Sauter, and Sauter had no part of going a lap down.
Well, Jason got alongside him once, and then Sauter muscled him up and drove away from him just a bit.
I like the way you put that. That's so eloquent. He muscled him up.
Well, Leffler's got a bigger problem, and it's right in his rearview mirror, and it's Clint Boyer in that AC Delco Chevy.
I tell you what, right there, Clint Boyer and the two are riding with him. He's so good through the middle of the corner. He's been getting about a car every couple of laps, and right now he's wanting the lead of this race to get those 5 points for leading.
I think he's got the nice line down low. Car's handling good.
That's a battle for third on the right-hand side of your screen. Reed Sorensen in the 41, Kurt Busch in the 39 car. Right there, boom. That's where Boyer's so good. Right through the middle. Jason Leffler had no choice but to give it to it that time.
Well, you can drive in and let out early and then gas it hard right through the center and then squeeze up a little bit to get off and make good time around this joint.
So Clint Boyer is the third different leader of this race, and Reed Sorensen moves up into third place. So Kurt Busch dropping back to fourth place, Dick.
Well, the car is just getting increasingly tight, Mike. Early on in this race, he talked about it being a little bit tight when he picked up the throttle. But as we've listened to his conversation, the car has gotten tighter and tighter and tighter as this run has gone along. And there's been additional conversation about what to do on the pit stop to avoid that from happening on the next run.
Larry, this track has gotten this long green flag look to it. How long before pit stops?
Well, we're looking at about probably 15 to 20 laps, but not surprised these cars are getting tight because, A, the track's cooling down, and this far into a run, a lot of that fuel has burned off. It's gained a lot of nose weight. That makes the car not want to turn.
Well, maybe we ought to take a pit stop now.
Sounds good to me. I'm ready.
You're watching the NASCAR Busch Series on FX, presented by Netscape.
This May, FX will drive you wild. Get ready for thrill rides.
They're here.
For England! For home! And for the pride! Out of control comedy.
Now, why did I do that? Because I refused to spoon with you last night?
And pure adrenaline.
He's gonna take the lead!
Including the Nextel All-Star Challenge. This May, only on FX.
Now is the best time to grab our best products, like Dodge Durango with best-in-class overall interior room, Dodge Ram, the longest-lasting line of pickups, Dodge Grand Caravan, America's best-selling minivan with our available exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage, and Dodge Charger, a consumer guide Best Buy. Announcing $1,000 April bonus cash, plus get an additional $4,000 cash allowance for a combined cash allowance of $5,000 on Dodge Ram 1500. Hurry, offer ends May 1st.
Subway Dinner Theater presents the Italian Trio. 3 mouth-watering creations from that country that looks like a boot. Now, our new toasted garlic bread, hot and fresh from the oven. Subway, eat fresh!
Introducing the new John Deere Select Series featuring 4-wheel steer. Maneuverability has reached the turning point. See our entire new line at johndeere.com.
What you do for a living has little to do with being alive. Easy drinking Busch Light. Busch. Head for the mountains of Busch.
NASCAR Busch Series Racing on FX, presented by Netscape, is sponsored by Smooth Busch Beer and Easy Drinking Busch Light. Busch, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Busch Series, 25 years running.
And speaking of Busch, he's on pit road.
That would be Kurt Busch in the Penske Truck Rental 39. Dick Bergman.
Well, Kurt had just dropped back and lost several positions. Wow, the brake dust off the front of this car. Kurt is obviously using a ton of brake going into the corners. It just lit the whole front of the car up with black brake dust. The crew going to try to make the adjustments Kurt wants to get the tightness out of that race car. Undefeated in Busch Series racing. A nice stop for Kurt Busch.
Mike Wallace has been in this Craftsman pit stop sequence. Greg Biffle now on pit road.
Yeah, one of the things that I think Kurt could do is take a little front brake off that thing, because he's using a lot of front brake, but when it's tight, it's going to use a lot of front brake. Steve?
Hey, DW, Jason Leffler locked the brakes up a little bit trying to get onto pit road. They've taken 1 pound out of the right rear tire. Leffler saying that he's lost a little bit of grip in that number 32.
Interesting pit selection for Jason Leffler. Sitting on the pole, you get the first pit selection pick. He picked the very first pit coming in here off of turn 4. Now what he's got to do is make sure he maintains that 45 miles per hour to the exit of pit road in turn 2.
Well, it's an old Chad Knaus strategy. We'll see how it works tonight. Clint Boyer's in front of Jeannie.
And being told as he made his way in, no pressure here at all. He did talk coming into this race. He's raced here 2 times in the Busch Series, having a lot of confidence in the car. Really pretty quiet on the radio, occasionally saying that he's tight. So looking for some air pressure adjustments, as well as the usual 4 tires and fuel, Matt.
Matt Kenseth hit pit road in the 5th position. He says his car both loose and tight, but you need to work more on the loose. That's where it's hindering me the most. Up off the corner, I just can't get in the gas when I need to. Solid stop going on so far. A little bit of trouble on the left rear. Loses a lot of time here on pit road. Dick Bergman. Carl Edwards won the race here last fall. Today he's having trouble with the brakes in his car. They're fading. The car is also pushing. He wants to get some weight out of the left rear corner of the car. A very slow stop. Problems on the left front, and he's overheating.
And guys, what Kevin Harvick you see coming to pit road now, the 21 car, he stayed out and led a lap. He got those 5 points for leading. Remember, he is the points leader, and this pretty much will hand the lead to Danny O'Quinn Jr. in the 50, Matt.
A lot of concerns, Larry Mack, for the 6th team of Mark Martin, as he is already down and away. He is having battery issues. He's turned off all the blowers inside the car, trying to conserve this battery, so that way he switches over to the 2nd battery later in the race. Meanwhile, Harvick is in. You can already see that they made a track bar adjustment. His biggest hindrance, much like the 6 and the 17 of Martin and Kenseth, he just can't get off the corner like he needs to. Needs more forward grip. The 77 of Bernie Lamar is down pit road. Gene Need was telling him earlier, you're driving in the corner just way too hard. The car was tight earlier on. You can see they're going to make a chassis adjustment. But this young man's had a great rookie season so far for the Kevin Harvick. You see the crew members struggling with the wrench. Work already going on the left side of the car. Finally, he is away. Mike?
Guys, we have cycled through everyone under these green flag stops for the most part. Right now, Mark Green in the 4 is leading, but he was one of the cars that pitted back on lap 17. You can see how much quicker fresh tires like on Kyle Busch in the 5 are than those older tires.
And Kyle Busch had a problem entering his pits. He locked up the tires and didn't get stopped and had to back up into his pit box to get serviced. There's the Lowe's Chevy, almost missing his pit entirely.
Yeah, he didn't even see it.
And while this is going on, these guys are out there running 29, 30-second laps, and it's precious time that's being lost. Now, our top 3 on the racetrack right now, Mark Green in the 4, Johnny Sauter in the 00, Jamie McMurray in the 64. They are cars that made that pit stop on that 2nd caution back on lap 17.
Those cars are losing almost 2 seconds a lap to the cars with fresh tires. We'll see how this sorts out after this.
They need a caution.
Next time on Circle of Trust.
Look, this relationship isn't working out. I need to change. From net zero.
Look, forget that zero. Netscape can get you online for just $9.95 a month.
And fewer online ads than net zero?
Please, lots fewer. Netscape gives you free web accelerator and McAfee's comprehensive virus protection.
You make me feel so safe.
Yeah, I know.
Get Netscape. Sign up today.
And it all comes down to this for Hauer.
For his fiancée, it's meant postponing their wedding for this event.
It's a clean start. There seems to be some sort of trouble with the Hampton boat. Oh dear, a seat just broke.
The boat is literally falling apart.
Somebody is going to have a lot of explaining to do.
Not the official tools of competitive rowing. The official tools of NASCAR. Craftsman at Sears.
You can't change the price of gas, but you can change your filter. Replacing a clogged air filter can save you up to $5 per tank of gas. Install a new Fram air filter every 12,000 miles. It can improve your car's performance and save you money at the pump. So remember, no matter what you drive, no matter how you drive it, before you slam it, Fram it.
What your child brings back from an RV trip is more than you can possibly imagine. What will you discover? Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.com for a free video and see an RV dealer.
Fox, glad to have you with us from Phoenix. Clint Boyer, your leader. The pit summary, Jeff Hammond, first in, first out.
Right now you can see where Clint Boyer's guys that were leading coming in did a great job on pit road. Looking pretty good. Got a problem right now. Hey, Todd Cleaver has backed his 06 into the wall, guys. Caution is out.
Hard hit for Cleaver.
No doubt about it.
And it happened at turn 2.
But who this caution is a great break for is Johnny Sauter, Mark Green, and Jamie McMurray, who was just a few laps from making that green flag stop. They're still sitting there running in the top 6. Not that they wanted to see anybody have a problem, but they certainly could use this caution.
That early pit stop, that strategy that they used, looks really good right now.
Yeah, because those drivers were starting to drop like rocks through
Right
the
there,
field.
it's really loose.
Now here's Cleaver. Got Denny Hamlin behind him.
I am assuming there was contact, but it's really hard to tell because there was a gap between them up until, see if we can get a better shot here. It was mighty close. Yeah, just enough to turn him, yeah.
Doesn't take much.
I tell you,
you
can see Denny had the brakes all lit up. The rotors are just glowing.
Talked about some boys that are happy about this caution. Jamie McMurray's 64 crew. They're back in sync now, sitting there running in the top 10. And I've got to believe that we're approaching the halfway point of this race. Some of the cars that made early stops in that green flag situation, we may see them possibly hit pit road.
Were those guys cheering because of what happened or because they have the best view in the house besides us? It's hard from this shot to see how massive this pit box really is. Now this shows a little better. I mean, this, you could sell this as a condominium, I think, and get good money for it.
Yeah, it's a family style right there.
It's big.
And guys, our leader, Clint Boyer, in the 2 car, he is on pit road.
Jeannie.
Yeah, I don't think he really wanted to be here. He's happy with the car, but he said, tell me what to do. If everybody else is coming in, I'm coming in. Just seconds ago, guys, there was like a fire drill in this pit as they decided, get the scuffs, get the scuffs. Of course, they already been used tires. Don't waste the good ones. Steve?
A huge break for Jamie McMurray, this race team. High-fived each other when the caution came out. They weren't gambling. As Larry Mack said, they started deep in the field, back 33rd. Got great track position by staying out. A gamble paid off.
But I tell you what, of our cars at the front, with the exception of those guys that had to make a pit stop like Mark Green in the 4, McMurray in the 64, Clint Boyer is really the only guy near the front of the pack that hit pit road that time.
Caution is out for the 3rd time. The free pass will go to Danny O'Quinn Jr.
6 cars have a chance to win it. Jeff Gordon's going to lead him into turn 4.
3 wide, they're bouncing off each other.
You are the man, and it's time.
Sir, you're right. It is time.
We got him. Daytona 500.
Listen to every defining moment of your favorite driver live with Race Day Scanner. Get it and other exclusive content online through AOL.com/sports and NASCAR.com.
You guys are awesome!
With all the time four-strokes spent in the shop for maintenance, it's easy to forget what you're doing. The two-stroke Evinrude E-Tech. With 3 years no maintenance, spend your time on the water.
Hello and welcome to DirecTV.
Since you're already enjoying great DirecTV service,
if you refer a friend, you can get a $50 credit on your DirecTV bill.
Terrific.
Then spread the word. Refer a friend to DirecTV with the confidence that they're getting the best television.
I have a lot of friends that complain about their cable service.
Great. Sign them all up and get $50 off for each. There's no limit.
Great.
Tell all your friends about DirecTV, and when they subscribe, you'll collect your reward. Go to DirecTV.com for details.
Get more out of your DirecTV, like $50 credits on your bill when you spread the word and refer your friends. Watching 6 channels at once with mixed channels. Even free installation when you move with DirecTV Movers Connection. Check out all the sweet perks of being a customer only at directv.com/benefits.
On the next DVD on TV, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Go behind the scenes with the extraordinary cast. Monday at 8, only on FX.
The sun and the temperature are going to drop right here, and so is the green flag. We're getting set for the restart. You're watching the NASCAR Busch Series on FX, presented by Netscape, as the lights of Phoenix International Raceway light up the sky. Why don't you crank that volume knob just a bit for this restart?
Let's get her done here under the lights. Crank it up.
Boy, that 43, their anxious moment for Aaron Fike. They were 3 wide, slamming them both sides.
Yeah, and Clint Boyer almost got trapped on the outside into the wall.
Oh, by the way, crank it down now.
Yeah, oh, yeah, crank it down.
And oh, by the way, if the 32 car's got trouble with third gear, he don't have any trouble with high gear, I can tell you that, because he is gone.
Not at all.
That thing is scooting down that back straightaway.
And we just saw Clint Boyer in the 2 car, remember, made a pit stop that last caution. He has made his way back up to the 12th position.
Got 9 in trouble. Scott Riggs, turn 4.
I think he just got shoved up out of the groove in the loose stuff, Mike.
Well, they're trying to go about 3 wide through these corners right now after this restart. That's Scott Riggs in the 9 right there.
Shaking the car to see if maybe he's got a tire problem.
Well, he probably got stuff on the tires when he was up that high. Makes it feel like he's got a flat tire.
And here's what happens to Boyer.
Oh, yeah, he gets a yikes.
Yeah.
He got that left front fender. Just not sure how much damage he may have got to it as he ran up on the back of Aaron Fike in the 43.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get a fast car back in the pack like that. What did he say, Jeannie?
Well, ironic, guys. It was just moments ago. They came on the radio and they said, look, keep it clean. We have got to keep the fenders on this baby because she's a rocket. So obviously a little deflated in the pit right now. Is everybody staring at the monitor and waiting to hear word from the spotter? How bad is this damage?
Well, if she's a rocket, she's going to need another stage to get through that wad of traffic that Boyer's mired in right now.
Yeah, they didn't do themselves any favor by pitting then with everybody else staying out.
Yeah, because he restarted about 16th. With all the lap down cars, it was like restarting back at about 30th or 32nd position.
Maybe they just like to see him drive by cars. It is kind of fun to watch.
Off turn 2, slow car, and again, they're bottled up 3 wide in the backstretch. Heading for 3.
Kenny Wallace in the 22 car.
Yeah.
Now the 11 inside.
And here everybody goes past Wallace, who had a big moment coming off turn 2 and stacked up the field behind him.
It was definitely a big moment.
Tell you, when you get shoved out of the groove, just like we saw with Scott Riggs in the 9, you pick up all that debris and dirt and rubber on your tires, and you just can't drive your car.
Stacy Compton gets in the back of him. Kenny Schrader, the 66, scoots by, and Boyer's right in the midst of it again.
I think Boyer's going to be in the midst of a lot of things till he gets back up there.
Darryl, you've been talking about that this weekend. The noses of these cars are down so far, the tails are up. His rear bumper was about to the middle of the hood of Stacy Compton's car.
These cars, the way these cars are built today with these sloopy noses and high back ends, that's what's causing all your wrecks. Yeah, they're running into each other, but when they do, they jack the guy in front of them up off the ground, he spins out.
Hang on. Scott Riggs had a moment up in turn 4. Dick, what happened?
Well, John Gelzer, Mike, was listening to his radio. John's working with me tonight, and he picked up that Scott thinks they need to put the wedge back in the car. Says he's doing all he can just to keep the back end of the car from coming right out from underneath him. He's loose.
And right now, Dick, he's the last car on the lead lap back in 21st. About a half a lap down to our leader, Jason Leffler, in the 32 car. We're seeing him right there.
We've crossed the halfway point of the Bashas Supermarkets 200. 108 down, 92 to go. Jason Leffler out front.
Tuesday, May 30th. Dennis Leary returns.
Hey guys, check it out. I'm gonna kill him.
An all-new season.
Oh my God, you're like the same age as my dad. Why does that turn me on?
Rescue Me. Season premiere Tuesday, May 30th. Only on FX.
When they ask you Monday what you did this weekend, what will you say? Easy drinking Busch Light. Head for the mountains of Busch.
Yeah, let me hear it. We say kick, you say stop.
Kate and Tim don't know the score. Greg does. He got his credit score from freecreditreport.com. Don't be like them. Get the score. Log on to freecreditreport.com to get your free credit score and report, and you'll be entered for a chance to win an honorary crew chief position with Greg Biffle at a 2007 NASCAR Series race. No purchase necessary to enter or win. See website for details. Free credit score and report with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
Gray hair in a beard is pugnacious.
In other words, gray hair stinks.
Just for men, swishes and dishes gray.
Gray is gone.
It's simplistic and naturalistic.
Easy.
And Claude looks splendiferous.
Just for men gel with a new True Color formula.
Introducing the new John Deere Select Series featuring four-wheel steer. Maneuverability has reached the turning point. See our entire new line at johndeere.com.
One thing you can always predict about the weather, it's unpredictable. That's why Goodyear engineers created Triple Tread technology. It's got an ice zone for gripping power in icy conditions, aqua chutes to move water away from the tire, and a dry zone for confident maneuvering. Get superior traction in any weather condition. Goodyear's Triple Tread technology. Now available on Forterra for SUVs and Assurance for cars. So you're always prepared on the wings of Goodyear.
113 laps on the board. Jason Leffler's lead has been cut to half a second by Kurt Busch. Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick, Reed Sorensen. Then the other three Roush cars, Martin, Biffle, and Edwards in 6th, 7th, and 8th. Clint Boyer and John Andretti are your top 10.
Martin's on the move now, guys. That's get by Sorensen there, and he's up to top 5 now. That pit stop, I think he made a little adjustment on his car, on Mark's car, and it's running a lot better.
And again, we're pretty safe in saying that even Clint Boyer cannot make this race to the end without pitting one more time, as we've got 86 laps to go right now.
ran a 13, later run a 10.
Matt?
Mark's a little more out in the cleaner air, Mike, but earlier in the race, now David Reagan, who was selected from the Roush Gong Show, one of the drivers, he is here. And Mark said under caution one point, says, David, I hope you've learned a big lesson from watching me race here tonight. It's not worth taking a chance getting your stuff tore up like some of these guys are doing so early in the race. Now, Mark, he's in his rhythm, just motoring along, but they're very pleased with how that race car is with 85 laps to go.
Yeah, they definitely made it better, Matty. It was not all that great on the get-go. Looked like a little too loose for him, but it's much better now. Running really good lap times.
Yeah, we've got 4 Roush cars up in the top 8 right now. Actually, Kenseth, Martin, Edwards, and Biffle. I'll tell you what, you mentioned it, Mike. John Andretti in the 10 car here. He's still on the lead lap. He's up there in the top 10. But you know what? When you think about racetracks that suit John Andretti, this is his first Busch Series start, but he has 12 Nextel Cup starts here. Actually has a pole. It's like this type of racetrack suits John Andretti's race style. And here he is up in the top 10 with his 10 car, other than Jason Leffler, the only non-Nextel Cup regular that's in the top 10 right now, Jeannie.
Yeah, I think John Andretti echoes your comments. He says he loves this racetrack. Been pretty happy with the car throughout the day. Just coming on the radio a little bit ago saying the car's just started to slide on him and it's a little bit snug coming off.
Thanks, Jeannie. Interesting pack right there. Paul Menard battling the 33 of Ron Hornaday, who has a lot of laps on Phoenix. Now, Jamie McMurray is right in there with him. So is Kyle Busch, J.J. Yaley. There's some fast cars in that group. We'll see how this shakes out.
Now, Menard in the 11 and Hornaday in the 33, they are actually 1 lap down right now. Jamie McMurray will ride with him in the 64 car. He's on the lead lap in 11th position.
Yeah, they got lapped just before that caution came out there a little bit ago.
It's quite a wad of cars as we look forward from McMurray. He's under pressure from Yaley and Busch,
who are all on the lead lap, as well as Casey Mears back there, the Texaco Havoc car, the 42 car.
Well, Jamie gives him the outside, but they can't do much with it there.
I tell you,
up front,
the
Derek.
39 car, Kurt Busch, is reeling in our leader little by little, and he has caught him, and I believe he's got a little something for him.
And I'm going to tell you what, if these guys battle each other long, if they get side by side, our man leading the points, Kevin Harvick in the 21 car, he will be there as well in the old Coast Guard Chevrolet.
Well, that may be why Kurt Busch picked it up a notch, because he saw Harvick coming, because all of a sudden he closed that gap down on the 32 car as if somebody gave him a signal.
Kevin Harvick, the runaway NASCAR Busch Series point leader, right now in third behind Jason Leffler and Kurt Busch.
Previously on Circle of Trust.
I didn't say anything when Rhonda took my lipstick, ate my peanut butter, and stole my boyfriend. But today, she tried to sign me up for Net Zero. I hate them. My Netscape has unlimited internet access and free web accelerator for just $9.95 a month. You know, Net Zero charges you every time you call for tech support. That's crazy. She's crazy.
Get Netscape. Sign up today.
I learned a lot when I found out I had high blood pressure, but I didn't know it could lead to erectile dysfunction.
Having diabetes changed my life, but I didn't know it could lead to ED.
Guys should know that having certain health conditions like high blood pressure
or diabetes may lead to ED, and that Levitra can help.
Doctors know Levitra works for men with ED, even those with high blood pressure or diabetes. Levitra is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. If you have heart problems or are on alpha blocker therapy, talk to your doctor before taking Levitra. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing and stuffy or runny nose. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting longer than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in vision, stop taking Levitra and call your doctor right away.
Imagine what Levitra can do for you. Talk to your doctor.
The more you know about ED, the more you'll want to know about Levitra.
I'm a real car guy.
I live cars.
My blood type, 10W30.
Favorite color?
Chrome.
Cruise control? That's just a nickname for my right foot.
The AC Delco racing team members are some of the best drivers on earth, and AC Delco products are some of the best for your car. Here's to another great year on the track and the road. Real car guys know AC Delco.
Perfect. Nicorette presents Win the Battle, 1984. Ricky Rudd is hospitalized after a crash at Daytona. 2 weeks later, still suffering from head injuries and swelling, Rudd tapes his swollen eyes open with duct tape so he can see. His vision's a little blurry, but good enough to see the checkered flag. You just can't give up, especially if you want to beat Smokey. Win the battle, one craving at a time with Nicorette.
Caution's out in Phoenix for a 3-car pileup at turn number 4. Watch Kyle Busch's number 5 working underneath the 33 of Kenny Schrader.
Actually, Ron Hornaday in the 33 car. Remember, he's
Hornaday's
a
lap down. The 5 car just gets down on the apron. Thing starts to get loose with him, and he just walks right up into the side of Hornaday. And poor old Casey Mears, who's trapped on the outside because of Jamie McMurray in the 64, has nowhere to go.
Couldn't get stopped either. I don't know that there's a whole lot of damage to the 40T. Just went there, just kind of kissed the 5 cars left front.
5 just gets in there underneath the 33, and he gets down on the apron, and it gets loose, and he walks right up into the side of the 33 car of Hornaday.
People may ask, why was Ron Hornaday racing that hard 1 lap down? Again, you're trying to become the first car a lap down behind the leader. If we get a caution, you get the free pass. So there's a race within the race.
There's a guy talking about a race that just won one.
Off pit road.
1 to go. 1 to go when you get there.
So let's get an update on pit stops, beginning with Steve.
Mike, Jason Leffler said his race car was just a little bit free, so they made a small air pressure adjustment to that number 32 car. And crew chief Todd Losey imploring his crew, just be smooth, don't make any mistakes. So they had a conservative but an effective pit stop. Dick?
Well, Kurt Busch had a really good pit stop. Before he stopped the car, he told the crew that the car was so good he couldn't imagine what they might do to it to make it better. So they made minor air pressure adjustments. He has the first pit stall. He came into the pit second. He came out first. Matt?
1 to go. A great stop on pit road by the Coast Guard team, the 21. Harvick complimented them last week when they went to victory lane in Nashville. A great job again on pit road. Got him out of the 2nd position. He needed more forward bite. Meanwhile, the 6 of Mark Martin, a great stop as well. He was a little snug. They made a chassis adjustment. Janie?
Boy, coming off a pit stop to forget in the 2 pit of Clint Boyer. They came in, thought they'd get some extra fuel because they might need it. They gave him scuffs last time. He could not wait to get back in here. The car had really freed up on him. He wanted to make some changes, but the discussion was leave the car as is because the problem was probably the scuffs. Got 4 stickers on there right now. He should be very happy. This car's been pretty fast throughout the night.
Thanks, Janie. Craftsman pit summary. Jason Leffler, the big loser on pit stops, came in first. With that first pit stall, came out fourth.
That was a good test, though. He's in the first one in. Kurt was in the last one out over there, and Kurt won the race easily.
It's hard to lose the race off pit road when you're in that very last pit leaving, if you have a good stop.
If I was on the pole, that's where I'd have been.
Free pass to Ashton Lewis Jr. He's back up on the lead lap, and apologies to the Schrader fans. He's in the 66 tonight and was nowhere near the wreck.
Boy, Kurt Busch in the 39 car, he got a great restart as Kevin Harvick in the 21's back there battling those cars that are 1 or more laps down. Now, we do know with that pit stop coming with about 76 or 77 laps to go, they can make it to the end without having to stop again, if need be.
And Larry, just like you pointed out a little bit ago, these guys that are a lap down, they're not going to pull over and let you go because they're trying to stay 1 lap down to get the free pass if it should happen to come back out here with a quick caution.
Yeah, right now we're looking at Michael Waltrip in the 99 car, Paul Menard in 11. That's what they're racing for, to be the first car a lap down. Paul Menard in 11 will become that car now.
Half of it is. Well, Michael's halfway along the side of him, so he's halfway there. Now he's got him.
But I'm going to tell you what, while this is going on back there, Kurt Busch just after 2 laps, has pulled out to a second-half lead over Kevin Harvick in the 21 car. There's the gap right there.
I
Good
believe
lap,
it's
Kurt. Good lap.
I believe as good as Kurt was, he was catching the 32 before that caution came out. 4 tires, a little minor adjustment. I figured he was going to check out on it.
He just ran his fastest lap of the race here at lap 129, 28.09. Kurt Busch in the 39.
And Larry, he said, my car's so good, I don't know what to do to it. Man, that's music to a crew chief's ears right there.
4 tires. Fill her up, boys.
Yeah. Give me clean air and I'm out of here.
Kevin Harvick also just ran his quickest lap of the race. He's in 2nd place, but not quite as quick as Kurt Busch is right now.
We were looking back at Bernie Lamar, who leads the Rebestos Rookie of the Year point battle right now. He's a lap down at 25th.
I just believe this sequence of pit stops decided the race. I mean, you know, who got out? They don't have to pit again. They won't necessarily. So who got back out? Who got in clean air? Who got gone? That's pretty much decided what's going to happen.
You're riding with Carl Edwards, and he's sitting there in 11th place, right behind J.J. Yaley.
Tell you what,
you see these cars dance, Larry.
Yeah, and right in front of J.J. Yaley, Johnny Sauter in the 00 car. Harold Hawley rolled the dice back on lap 17. Brought into pit road. They stayed out, got that caution. Here he is up there in the top 10. Johnny Sauter in the 00 orange car.
Edwards alongside Yaley, Vigoro Chevy, and makes the pass.
It just seems like these cars, right after a restart, full of fuel, a lot of weight behind the rear axle, low air pressure, they're pretty loose for about 8 to 10 or 12 laps.
This will take your breath.
Down into 3. Gets on the apron just a little bit, and when you do it, it's the same thing happened to Kyle Busch when he got into the 33 car. You get those left sides down on that apron too far, it'll shoot you loose.
Oh, JJ's got a lot of laps at Manzanita Speedway, not far from here, so sideways is nothing new to him.
Now Kurt Busch has pulled out to over a 3-second lead. We've got a caution. Denny Hamlin in the 20. Looks like Jerry Robertson in the 78 car. Remember, Hamlin comes in here 2nd in the points behind Kevin Harvick.
Come on around.
That bad boy is torn up. I don't even think he's got a left rear wheel on it.
And that's turn 2 again.
Look at those cars. They're pretty well used up, both of them.
Dick Bergman?
Well, Hamlin was on his way into the pits. Denny Hamlin was, thought he had a flat tire, a tire going down, and he was going to come in on that exact lap that the accident occurred.
I believe he did, Dick. I believe his left rear tire must have been going flat.
Yeah, that car is all kinds of sideways in the rear end.
Yeah, see, he's out of control. I mean, he loses it back there in the middle of the corner, slides right up in front of.
Nowhere for Jerry Robertson in the 78 to go, but this caution will be good news for Paul Menard. We talked about cars fighting to get back on the lead lap. He'll get the free pass. He's back on it.
That knocked the rear end of Hamlin's car about 4 or 5 inches to the right and maybe out of this race.
Anybody here? So why I became a firefighter. I run into a burning building. I don't know if I'm gonna get out of it alive.
Rescue Me premieres Tuesday, May 30th, only on FX.
You know where a ship goes when it gets sick? To the dock!
Repeat after me en español. Coche compacto.
Put it on my bill because it saw the salad dressing. That's the best today.
Coche muy compacto.
I got 1,000,000 of them.
La Quinta. It's tough out there, but here, everything's a little brighter, a little warmer. Everything's La Quinta. For reservations, visit lq.com.
The latest Turtle Wax breakthrough in car polish is Clear. Crystal Clear Turtle Wax Ice. Ice leaves no white residue on trim or in seams.
I had no residue whatsoever.
Ice leaves nothing behind but pure shine. Now, your choice is clear. Turtle Wax Ice.
The bold style, the confidence, even the way it moves, all expected. But you never expected the all-new Dodge Caliber to come with an available chill zone, music gate power, and enough room to make all others respect the unexpected.
Newman,
again. Newman!
Introducing new Gillette Fusion. On the front, 5 blades spaced closer together for more comfort. On the back, a precision trimmer for those tricky places or just playing tricks.
I got those guys good. Looking sharp, Newman. Thanks.
New Gillette Fusion. In manual or battery powered. The only razor used by the Gillette Young Guns.
This is the final vault for Stefan Beletsky.
Father and coach Usten Beletsky looking on. Whoa! Oh.
I've never seen a springboard break like that.
There will be a deduction on the landing.
I'd hate to be responsible for that.
Not the official tools of gymnastics. The official tools of NASCAR. Craftsman at Sears.
Check the inside locks on the cars. We're good to go.
This is the biggest job they'll ever pull.
$40 million.
If they can pull it off. Thief. All new Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
63 laps to go under our 5th caution, and aerial coverage courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company and its fleet of airships, reminding you to travel with peace of mind on Goodyear's Forterra tire featuring silent armor technology. The Arizona sky above and down below, an adventurous night for the Busch brothers. Kurt Busch, currently leading, no driver has won both of his first 2 Busch Series races. Kurt is trying to do that. Let's rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
We're getting set for the restart. Greg Biffle gave up 8th place to come in and get 4 tires on that caution.
I think we ought to get Doc down there and check our Genie 1. I think there was something up with that pit stop. That didn't look right.
Yeah, because he was one of only a couple of cars that pitted. He's going to restart back in the 20th position with 62 laps to go.
Now, Larry, last time Kurt Busch got a huge jump on the start, and I'm sure that they told Kevin Harvick, don't let him get away this time. So this will be a real good test, see just how good Kurt is.
Real quick, Chris mentioned the Busch brothers. Need to mention Chad Walter and that crew with Kyle Busch in the 5. They kept him on the lead lap in 19th position even after that wreck a while ago. So good job by that crew.
Well, once again, Kurt Busch gets a great restart. Kevin Harvick, Matt, unable to stay with him on the jump.
Mike Harvick has his hands full. He cleared the 99 of Michael Waltrip, but he says the car is wicked, incredibly loose. He's hoping under that last caution, the tires went through a small heat cycle. Hopefully that will help tighten his race car up.
Tell you what he better be looking for, and I think Kurt Busch might want to pay attention to this too. Guy running 3rd right now, because he is booking and coming right on up through the field to the front. Mark Martin in that 6th car with that funny looking paint job. He's coming in a hurry.
Yes, he is.
Kids designed that paint job, Darrell. It's colorful. Okay.
Well,
and it's a little funny looking. I like it.
Now, Clint Boyer in the 2 car, remember, made that stop under the caution several laps ago, went way back in the field. He's up here battling Reed Sorensen in the 41. That's for 5th.
Go get him.
Now, Michael Waltrip in the 99, the 1st car a lap down right now.
see, back, it wasn't so long ago we couldn't have had a car painted like that. Because the body, there would be no way we could have painted it that way. But now you can wrap them with the paper, and that's how you get paint jobs like that.
Yeah, John McKenzie, the group up at Motorsports Design, said they can wrap one in 2 hours.
And just think about the colors and all on that car. No way a body man could have done that.
And Jeff Hammond, it doesn't gain a lot of weight either when you do it that way.
But DW,
yeah,
do you remember that pair of cowboy boots that looked almost like that car? You had a pair of boots that had patchwork all over it. Kind of reminded me of this color scheme.
Yeah, I had a coat to go with it, the coat of many colors.
Yeah, now don't start that. You know you had a pair of boots that looked just like that.
Next thing, we'll be looking for you on the cover of Sgt. Pepper. And, I'm sorry, I'm back in the 60s again. Let me get back to the race.
That's a good place to be.
142 laps complete. Dick, how about Greg Biffle's pit stop on that caution?
Yeah, I was there when he came in, Mike, and he had radioed in that he thought he had a loose wheel. They took all 4 wheels off. I looked at him. Doug Richard looked at him. Neither one of us could see anything that indicated a loose wheel. But never, never doubt Greg Biffle. There certainly must have been something wrong with that car for him to have come in and taken 4 tires.
Oh, there was almost something wrong with it right there, as Paul Menard thought better of forcing the issue off turn 2. Wow.
Now, Paul Menard in 11 got the free pass the last caution. He's up to the 19th position. We talked about Kyle Busch in the 5, still on the lead lap with all that damage. Right now, he's in the 20th position.
Look at that old thing. I mean, can't even see the rear spoiler on it. It's all bowed down on the left rear there, but not running all that poorly.
The car's a mess on the left rear.
He just tore that man's car all to pieces.
Or gave him a whole lot more rear downforce.
I don't, not when it's bowed down like that. Bow it up, that's a good thing.
J.J. Yaley battling Johnny Sauter for 9th.
Really good run for Johnny Sauter tonight, Larry. That's a great job, Harold Holly and that crowd.
And at 4th place, Boyer draws a bead on Reed Sorensen. Has a run on him going into turn 3.
And right there, that's where his car has been so good all night long, right through the middle of the corner.
Great job.
He just takes the position away, so he moves up to the 5th position. Clint Boyer in the 2.
Now see, that's how he has figured out. Get in that corner, stay out of the throttle, but run hard through the center, and you're going to pass a lot of people.
His crew like what they saw with that pass on Reed Sorensen.
Well, they're overcoming that, what I consider maybe a ill-timed pit stop. And they're glad to see their man getting back up near the front because he is bad fast.
Jason Leffler has caught Mark Martin. That shapes up as a battle for 3rd. 53 laps to go.
With all the time 4-stroke spent in the shop for maintenance, it's easy to forget what you're doing. The 2-stroke Evinrude E-Tech. With 3 years no maintenance, spend your time on the water.
American Idol on DirecTV. The most coverage of the most popular show in America. Idol Tonight, the pre-show on the TV Guide channel. American Idol, the performances on Fox. And American Idol Extra, the review show on Fox Reality. With encore performances on Channel 101. It's the most American Idol offered by any cable or satellite provider. The only way to get more American Idol is to be a contestant. The most American Idol, exclusively on DirecTV. What if you could go to the biggest music event of the year? What if you could go there every week?
Welcome to CD USA!
All your favorite artists, all on one show, and it's only on DirecTV. CD USA, every Saturday on Channel 101.
Tuesday, The Transporter. An FX movie presentation, Tuesday at 8, followed by an all-new episode of Thief at 10, only on FX.
Welcome back to Phoenix, where the caution waves for a crash between turns 1 and 2. And hard in the wall when Ashton Lewis Jr. He was not the first car to spin there.
No, he spun
sideways,
I think somebody spun or got in trouble in front of him. He spun
Yes.
to slow him down or to miss him.
And he was still on the lead lap in his 25 car.
From Greg Biffle, that's the one of Mike Wallace ahead.
He goes up the hill here. The one does. He gets loose.
Stay low there. Clear.
And the 25, I don't know.
Well, if he jumped on the brake or what?
Something happened there that didn't really add up.
Had a good run in Nashville last week, finished 11th, making his 200th career start here tonight in the Busch Series.
free pass. Michael Waltrip.
Hey, Mikey, get that dream machine back up there.
Not sure these two here, Greg Biffle in the 16, Mike Wallace in the 1.
The road is open.
A lot of takers.
Got a few takers here. Start with Reed Sorensen in the 41, Matt Kenseth in the 17, Edwards in the 60.
Sauter and the 00 come in. And let's start with Steve.
Mike Reed Sorensen said that his car is real good in 1 and 2, but tight in turn 4. But no changes in that number 41 for Reed Sorensen. Matt.
Chassis adjustment just beginning for the 17 at Kansas. Now, they didn't have a stellar stop the last time in. He lost 3 spots on pit road, running back in the 7th position. They really didn't make any headway, so they decided to pit and make another adjustment. He's away. He's not going to beat the 41 on pit road, though.
Looks like to me we had about 7 or 8 of our lead lap cars stay out, including our top 5.
So let's go down behind pit road to our Hollywood hotel. Chris Myers.
All right, under the lights. We always have the lights on here at the Hollywood Hotel.
Exactly right.
With Hollywood Hammond.
Just like Las Vegas, baby.
Well, you're a little more tame than when we're in Las Vegas. I want a quick recap. We know Jason Leffler was on the pole. His 78 laps led, the most he's ever led in any one Busch race in his career. But we've had a number of crashes in the last 50, 75 laps. And let's take a look at some of those. Lap 95, rookie Todd Cleaver bumped by Denny Hamlin. Hamlin will be involved later. Leave it to Cleaver to bring out one of the cautions.
Yeah, right there. Denny definitely got in the back of Todd Cleaver, and around he goes. Hard impact right there. Ended his night. Had a pretty good run going for the young man.
And night fell, as you can see more in the highlights, a little bit darker. Kyle Busch in the 5 car had some pit problems earlier. That's Ron Hornaday. Larry Mack mentioned he was racing hard because he was a lap down trying to get back. As you get an onboard look at how this looked.
Yeah, I think really Kyle Busch got in that corner. Just a little bit hard. Got down on the apron right there. Car got away from him. He slid up into the 33, and the 42 of Bears got into him also.
And then moments later, the tire cut by Denny Hamlin and watched Jerry Robertson in the 78, and bam!
That hurt me right there. Jerry Robertson came along after the left rear went down. But this is the most recent crash we had from the onboard camera of the 16 car, Greg Biffle. One car, Mike Wallace, goes up, and when we look back, all of a sudden we see the 25 car, Ashton Lewis, looks like he maybe got on the brakes real hard and spun around and hit the outside wall.
Robertson and Cleaver out of the race. Our race summary. 7 different leaders. We've had 9 lead changes. The 6th caution. We have 4 drivers currently out of the race. Let's check in with Dick Berggren.
Well, it's concern in Kurt Busch's pit that he has a tire going down. They had not planned to pit. This is well late in the sequence for them to have to do this. An untimely situation for Kurt Busch in pits right now. Oh, that left rear is way flat. No question about it. Busch had to bring that car in. There's virtually 0 air in that left rear tire. He's going to have to go through the whole field now to win this race tonight.
So here's the situation. When that caution came out, 7 cars stayed out, including Kurt Busch in the 39s. They make a chassis adjustment. So now Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, Jason Leffler, Clint Boyer, J.J. Yaley, and Casey Mears are the cars that's out there at the front of the pack with 30 laps on their tires.
And Kurt Busch will have to restart right about 22nd. Trouble for another of our contenders. Watch this pit stop on Matt Kenseth. And Matt, what, loose lug nuts?
Loose lug on the left front. 2 stops now they've had issues with, and it has desperately cost him a lot of track position.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let him go because the left front tire changer obviously was fishing around trying to find a lug nut to stick back on that wheel when he drove off.
But pretty much Jeff Hammond, when the jackman drops the jack, that's the driver's sign to go. It's on the jackman's shoulder.
The driver did what he was supposed to, but there, Larry, you know, as a crew chief, if I'm looking down on that, I got to blame that jackman for not looking both ways and making sure everything was done, because he clearly was not paying enough attention to that left front changer, because he was in there working, trying to get the lug nuts back on when he dropped that jack. And just a few more seconds, and everything would have been okay.
You know, Jeff, most of the time a jackman will watch the left rear because he's usually the slower of the 2. Right, left front guy is done usually before the left rear is, so that's why I guess he wasn't paying any attention to left front.
But Darrell, when you're coaching a jackman, as we get ready to come to green, you tell him you got to see what you see, my friend. You got to see it to make sure you get it done right. And that is where you don't. That was done wrong. That's the way you look at it.
Got to have good peripheral vision.
You got it.
42 laps to go. Point leader Kevin Harvick leads Mark Martin, pole sitter Jason Leffler, and Clint Boyer down for the restart.
And our top 6 cars from Harvick all the way back to Mears, they have about 30 laps on their tires. The first car that pitted that time up there, Reed Sorensen in the 41 cars in the 7th spot with fresh tires.
Well, the problem you have, like with Kurt Busch, is you're trapped back there. You get cars running side by side, you just can't go anywhere. There they are right there, 2 cars that were running up in front, and they got their work cut out for them to get back there now.
Yeah, they're back there 19th and 20th. That was like restarting about 35th or 37th.
And you got lap cars on the inside, fast cars on the, and you get guys running side by side. You just got no choice to sit there and follow them until they sort themselves out. The restarts here are a mess.
A lot of double file racing there, but let's talk about the top 2. Matt.
Harvick still concerned about his car just being wickedly loose. Meanwhile, Mark Martin back in the very colorful 6. His team told him the 32 of Leffler may be a little bit better on entry, but you definitely pull him off the corner, off turn 2. That's where you're especially strong.
Well, you know, it doesn't matter. Right now, the 32 car to me, Larry, for a Busch car and the way the thing has gone this year with the Cup drivers winning all the races, he's got to be proud of the effort his team has put out tonight.
No matter what happens in these last 40 laps, to sit on the pole, running the top 5 all night long, they need to be really proud. Right now, you can watch that 32 car, a lot of determination in that race car right now.
Now, Larry, you called it in the pre-race that one of those Busch Series regulars starting in the top 10 would have a strong shot to win here tonight, and Jason Leffler is that man. But the action is mid-pack on back as the cars with fresh tires try to work their way through traffic, and there's a lot of double wide and occasional 3 wide racing.
Yeah, you get 3 wide off turn 2 over there because everybody gets a different line, but when you get to the dog leg and start down into turn 3, something's got to give.
See Clint Boyer there in the 2 car to the inside of Mark McFarland in the 88. Now Mark is the first car lap down, but with the problems Denny Hamlin has had the 20 car, Clint Boyer could leave here second in the points behind his teammate Kevin Harvick.
Now since the restart, Matt Kenseth has made it up to 15, and Kurt Busch has made it up to 18.
Yeah, they're right there together, but they're just bottlenecked in every which way. If you see them back in there, I mean, it's like a traffic jam. They got nowhere to go.
There's 8th place, Casey Mears.
Good for him after getting into that spin, you know, with Kyle Busch and Ron Hornaday. Good for him to come back and up there running pretty darn good.
Jeff?
Mike, what I'm watching, you guys are talking about that traffic jam that Matt Kenseth and Kurt Busch found themselves in. They may be gaining something as far as the track position is concerned, but the main thing is they're losing seconds on the racetrack. When they dropped the green flag, they were 3.5 seconds behind the leader already. Less than 6 laps into this run, they're already 2.5 seconds further back than what they were. So 6.5 seconds already in just a matter of 6 laps. The seconds are what really add up in a hurry.
But you can see it now. They're just boxed in. They can't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's just, that's the nature of a restart here. For a number of laps, people run side by side. You got to run about 15 or 20 laps before they get single file. They're doing a good job, Matt and Kurt both, of keeping their cars clean. They're not beating them up trying to get up through there.
So while they gain positions but lose time to the leader, the Henkel number 60, Carl Edwards, makes the move on J.J. Yaley and moves up to 6th.
Now Edwards in the 60, Yaley in the 18, they were 2 of the cars that basically elected to come to pit road. Well, Yaley did not. Carl Edwards in the 60 did, so he has those fresh tires. Yaley in the 18, that was one of the 6 cars that stayed out.
Kurt Busch up to 14th. Matt Kenseth 13th as they try to fight their way to the front. 34 laps to go.
Check the inside locks on the cars. We're good to go.
D-Day, baby.
I'll see you on the other side.
On the next all-new Thief, this is the biggest job they'll ever pull.
$40 million.
If they can pull it off.
How we doing? It's bad.
You know, you reap what you sow,
No,
Nick.
I don't believe in that, man.
Yeah, well, maybe you should start.
Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on us. Thief, all new Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
Previously on Circle of Trust.
I didn't say anything when Rhonda took my lipstick, ate my peanut butter, and stole my boyfriend. But today, she tried to sign me up for net zero. I hate them. My Netscape has unlimited internet access and free web accelerator for just $9.95 a month. You know, NetZero charges you every time you call for tech support. That's crazy. She's crazy.
Get Netscape. Sign up today.
Somewhere between two highways, there was a really good station. Somewhere between breakfast and lunch, there was a roadblock. Somewhere between the kids and the grandkids, there was a second childhood. And somewhere between where you are and where you're going, there's a Super 8. See you along the way. Get more rewards with Trip Rewards at Super 8.
Super 8 is a proud member of Trip Rewards. Sign up now at super8.com.
I didn't go to AutoZone because I was too busy to change my antifreeze.
I didn't go to AutoZone because who needs a tune-up?
If you've been avoiding regular car maintenance, get to AutoZone. They have everything to help you keep your car safe and on the road. AutoZone. Get in the zone.
Introducing the new John Deere Select Series featuring four-wheel steer. Maneuverability has reached the turning point. See our entire new line at johndeere.com.
The Honda VTX 1800. Choose from 5 distinctive styles, 13 exclusive colors, over 50 unique looks, and over 100 Honda genuine accessories. It's our most powerful performance cruiser ever. But you, make it your bike. Create your own at vtx.honda.com. See your Honda dealer for great low payments and factory-to-dealer incentives. Happening now during the Spring Into Action 2 sales event.
Listen to your favorite driver live with Race Day Scanner. Get it and other exclusive content online through AOL.com/sports and NASCAR.com.
You guys are awesome!
April is Autism Awareness Month. You've seen the autism camera on Jamie McMurray's car. The NASCAR community commemorates April as Autism Awareness Month. The fastest growing developmental disability in the United States needs your help. To find out more, go to autismspeaks.org. 28 laps to go. And now Matt Kenseth is at 11th place and Kurt Busch is at 13th.
Uh-oh, got a car around. Turn 4, turn 4.
John Andretti.
Oh, holy smoly.
Nowhere for Johnny Sauter in the 0-0 to go.
Still nowhere for anybody to go.
As Scott Riggs in the 9 pulls up there. But there's no question, that's a caution that Matt Kenseth in the 17 and Kurt Busch in the 39. They were actually right behind John Andretti. You see the right front tire down on Scott Riggs in the 9 car still on the lead lap. There's John Andretti in the 10 who was running in the 10th position.
Yeah,
they have been done for this 0-0.
All those cars were running very well.
Yeah, Sauter was 12th. Matt Kenseth gets through this somehow. That's how, right there.
And there goes Kurt right along with him. And then the 10 just comes right back up in front of Johnny Sauter, who clips the 9 of Scott Riggs. And these guys here are almost in it.
Stacy Compton might have got a little damage from that. Oh, contact with Casey Mears.
Well, John got down on the apron trying to get under Casey Mears. Yeah. There just wasn't really a lot of room.
And we've seen that a couple, 3 times tonight.
All 3 drivers are okay, moving around and drop the window nets and getting ready to get out. From our super slow motion camera, the Exmo 1,000 frames per second.
Look at that left rear and that left front of that. The left rear of the 10 goes way up in there. The left front goes way back in the 0-0. Spins him around. The impact of that 0-0 into the 10. Look how it just spun that car all the way around the 10 car from the impact.
360 degrees.
Now let's, as this plays out, see one more look here from Greg Biffle.
Now you're going to see the 10 car up here. He's going to try to get under. Got the nose down there.
Pit road is closed right now. What they're going to do is bring the cars down pit road where they can clean up turn 4. The pit road is officially closed right now.
Let's go back to the previous caution where Kurt Busch came in to change a flat tire. The driver voted least likely to send Kurt Busch a Christmas card. Helped out on that, Jeannie.
Yeah, you know, Kevin Harvick, always the good Samaritan, always looking out for others. It was Mr. Harvick who felt compelled to warn fellow Childress teammate Clint Boyer, be careful on the restart. The 39 has a rear tire going down. Can't you just imagine the chuckle as he passed the information along?
Well, I can also imagine that, you know, we're not the only one that listen in to what these cats have to say. That probably was a wake-up call to the crew chief on the 39. Say, hey, dude, you don't have a left rear going down, do you? So, yeah, it helped his teammate because he didn't want him to get involved, but it may have even, you know, turned out to help Kurt Busch, obviously. Be careful, little ears, what you hear.
That's right.
Be careful, little mouth, what you say.
Is there any more to that?
I don't know. It's a song.
Another look from our 1,000 frames per second FX mode.
It goes with Mark Martin's car, I think.
25 laps to go. You're watching the NASCAR Busch Series on FX, presented by Netscape.
Tuesday, May 30th.
Oh my God, you're like the same age as my dad. Why does that turn me on?
Rescue Me, season premiere Tuesday, May 30th, only on FX.
To those who say NASCAR isn't a sport, they may be right. It's a way of life. Busch Beer, for 25 years running, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Busch Series.
You can't change the price of gas, but you can change your filter. Replacing a clogged air filter can save you up to $5 per tank of gas. Install a new Fram air filter every 12,000 miles. It can improve your car's performance and save you money at the pump. So remember, no matter what you drive, no matter how you drive it, before you slam it, Fram it.
And we're back to the action here in Indianapolis. Another strike by Gilbert. Brian Latt needs to be perfect here. Seems to be a slight delay.
Oh, my! Not the official tools of bowling. The official tools of NASCAR. Craftsman at Sears.
I learned a lot when I found out I had high blood pressure, but I didn't know it could lead to erectile dysfunction.
Having diabetes changed my life, but I didn't know it could lead to ED.
Guys should know that having certain health conditions like high blood pressure
or diabetes may lead to ED, and that Levitra can help.
Doctors know Levitra works for men with ED, even those with high blood pressure or diabetes. Levitra is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. If you have heart problems or are on alpha blocker therapy, talk to your doctor before taking Levitra. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing and stuffy or runny nose. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting longer than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in vision, stop taking Levitra and call your doctor right away.
Imagine what Levitra can do for you. Talk to your doctor.
The more you know about ED, the more you'll want to know about Levitra.
Saturday on Fox, driving a race car is a big winner with the ladies.
Oh, man.
Guy's got to be a 10. Come on, off the charts.
That's probably a 9 or a 10, yeah.
Cup racing out of the lights. The ladies will love what Kyle Busch has to say when we go 10 laps. And Casey Kane riding a hot streak. A couple of wins already. We'll chat with the driver of the number 9 car. Move over DW. Kurt Busch taking over the drive and ride. We'll show you that. And the sun may be setting, but the temperature always rises with Gas and Go. The latest news with what's going on under the lights tomorrow. NASCAR on Fox, the pre-race show, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. 23 laps to go here. Kevin Harvick, who is running away with the points series in terms of the Busch race. You know, he's added from Atlanta. He has kept on adding to that and currently has the lead in this race. As you look, these are the points up to the moment. and who would be closest to Kevin Harvick for Richard Childress Racing.
Yeah, Clint Boyer right there moves into second place. As a matter of fact, when Richard Childress, he's out of the country right now on safari, he left everybody instructions. When I get back, as far as the Busch Series is concerned, I expect to see you two guys first and second, and that's the way they're running right now. He'll be pretty happy when he gets back next week.
But here in Arizona on FX, we still have 22 laps to go as they get the track organized after that most recent caution that helped out Kenseth and Kurt Busch. What should we look for, Jeff, with Harvick leading Mark Martin? And there's Jason Leffler, who told us on the pre-race show, hey, I like it that the Cup guys race in this race because it's more competitive that way.
Well, all I can say to Jason is careful what you ask for, because right now he's stuck right in the middle of a couple of very competitive race car drivers as far as Mark Martin, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, and Reed Sorensen are concerned. So it'll be interesting how he's going to handle the pressure. If he wants to win this race, he's got to wrestle away from a lot of tough guys. I can tell you that right now.
You saw the car of Johnny Sauter moments ago, the reason we are under caution, and we'll get rolling again here in just a few moments. Glad to have you with us from the Phoenix International Raceway just outside Phoenix, Arizona. You're watching Busch Racing here on FX.
Now is the best time to grab our best products, like Dodge Durango with best-in-class overall interior room, Dodge Ram, the longest-lasting line of pickups, Dodge Grand Caravan, America's best-selling minivan with our available exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage, and Dodge Charger, a consumer guide Best Buy. Announcing $1,000 April bonus cash, plus get an additional $4,000 cash allowance for a combined cash allowance of $5,000 on Dodge Ram 1500. Hurry, offer ends May 1st.
You know, NASCAR Day is coming up on May 19th. That's right, NASCAR's very own federal holiday. So enjoy the day off.
Mr. Farrell?
Yeah?
You don't get the day off. It's not a federal holiday.
Who cares? Well, I'll be taking the day off. And if you want to help me celebrate, make sure you get one of these pins. They're just $5 at NASCAR.com. You'll feel good knowing your purchase supports the NASCAR Foundation, which helps some very worthy causes.
How could NASCAR Day not be a federal holiday? Labor Day, we celebrate working by not...
With all the time four-strokes spent in the shop for maintenance, it's easy to forget what you're doing. The two-stroke Evinrude E-Tech. With 3 years no maintenance, spend your time on the water.
MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV. Over 1,600 games of Major League action. That's up to 60 games a week for a price you won't believe. We're talking every hit. Every catch. Every play. Yeah, baby! It's the most Major League Baseball you can get. MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV. To order, visit directtv.com or call 1-800-GET-SPORTS.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, where were you?
What do you mean?
You're supposed to pick me up at the airport.
Oh, softball game.
I just waited for like 2 hours.
It was playoffs. I got a double.
That's great.
12-3.
Good.
Getting set for an 18-lap duel in the desert with pressure tires on the cars up front. Matt Kenseth will start 9th and Kurt Busch will start 10th.
You know what I like? That 17 car is better than Kurt Busch is. Watch them come through traffic. So I look for maybe Kenseth to make a better move up through there than what Kurt was able to.
Well, they don't have a lot of time to waste starting the 8th and 9th. That was like starting 16th and 18th with those lap down cars, and we've got 18 laps to go.
And you can see, I mean, when you get the lap cars down on the inside, it just bottlenecks everything up for a number of laps. And these guys don't have a number of laps to play with.
Kevin Harvick, your leader and your point leader, got a good restart. Mark Martin not quite so well. Jason Leffler all over Martin for second. Kenseth on the bottom working traffic right there coming in, the Pennzoil car. And Busch right in his tire tracks in the yellow Penske car.
That's the way they've been coming through the traffic, but they've gotten up here where it's getting a little tougher sledding now with these faster cars. This is one of those deals now. If you got him.
Menard got in the back of J.J. Yaley, and the 18 car spins him out. Caution will wave again here with 16 laps to go.
Go.
8th caution flag tonight.
I was just going to say, if you got them, use them. But I didn't mean the bumpers.
No.
These guys are racing for position right here.
Yeah, Menard had made a good recovery. He was up there in the 7th, 8th place, and he just got in the back of JJ getting down into turn 1.
Just barely kissed the outside wall. Not bad at all.
It's just the pressure that the Menard felt coming from Kenseth and Busch. He knew they were back there. He was trying to get going, and
right there in front of Kurt Busch and Matt Kenseth.
Well, they've been lucky.
Now, Kurt Busch had passed Kenseth in the front straightaway, closing on Menard, who sends Yaley to the turn 1 wall.
Pretty light contact on the 18. I think other than losing a number of positions, I think he's going to be able to continue. That's some consolation, I guess.
And the free pass car will be Bernie Lamar on this caution. Jeannie?
I can tell you that Johnny Sauter, involved in the last caution that came out, is physically doing okay, because I watched him walk in and out of the care center. But mentally, I got to imagine this is extremely frustrating. We watched you throughout the race and saw the potential success and saw how good this team was working together.
Yellow Monte Carlo was probably one of the worst cars I ever drove. Brand new car. It's not a lack of effort. I mean, these guys worked really hard on it. Harold Hawley and all the guys. It just, you know, I pride myself on being a good flat track driver, but this car was just terrible tonight. And to be able to get a top 10 out of it, I was going to be really happy. But there's nothing I could do. 10 car spun, and I think there was a guy on the inside, outside of me, and still had a decent enough momentum there, and just got into him and ended our day early. So that's the way it goes.
I know you're frustrated. Thanks for taking the time.
But those guys had overcome a lot. But the strategy early in the race is what it paid off for them, pitting on lap 17 when a lot of the lead lap cars stayed out.
So Sauter joins John Andretti in the garage along with Scott Riggs, Denny Hamlin, Jerry Robertson, Curtis Davis, Todd Cleaver, and Tracy Hines out of the race.
I learned a lot when I found out I had high blood pressure, but I didn't know it could lead to erectile dysfunction.
Having diabetes changed my life, but I didn't know it could lead to ED.
Guys should know that having certain health conditions like high blood pressure
or diabetes may lead to ED, and that Levitra can help.
Doctors know Levitra works for men with ED, even those with high blood pressure or diabetes. Levitra is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. If you have heart problems or are on alpha blocker therapy, talk to your doctor before taking Levitra. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing and stuffy or runny nose. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting longer than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in vision, stop taking Levitra and call your doctor right away.
Imagine what Levitra can do for you. Talk to your doctor.
The more you know about ED, the more you'll want to know about Levitra.
What you do for a living has little to do with being alive. Easy drinking Busch Light. Busch. Head for the mountains of Busch.
Well, a few less bullets in the holster for this duel in the desert, because now we're down to 12 laps to go when they get the green flag. And Busch will start 8th, Kenseth 9th. We mention that because they have fresher tires than the cars in front of them.
But they still got that dadgum traffic that they got to deal with, and like we've been saying, that means they're starting about 10th and their 20th place in the line here.
And that's good news for Kevin Harvick, who once again squirts away from Mark Martin off into turn 1.
He is on the money on restarts every time.
He went to the Ron Hornaday restart school.
Well, you know, Hornaday does work for him. But he doesn't work for RCRs. But I'm sure it's all one big happy family. It's all been covered.
Comes Jason Leffler in that 32 car, pole sitter all over the back of Mark Martin in that 6 car. 11 laps to go this time.
We better watch out for that 2 car, though, because he is on the inside and there. Can he hang on?
Leffler gets a good run on the high side off turn 2.
And Mark Martin was loose off the corner that time.
Mark's trying to step it up, but I tell you, the old 21 car has left from here. He's not going to wait. Oh, around goes Mark.
That's actually Leffler.
No,
The 32 car. There's Menard in the 11 car, and they start stacking up behind him. Caution will wave.
Yeah, I thought it was Mark, but it was the 32 car. Dadgone, I feel bad for that boy. They have had such a great run all night.
Menard with damage just when we thought we might see a non-Cup driver win a Busch race for the first time this season.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Around goes Leffler. Let's see how this got started.
There's some contact here. Let's see who does it. Boyer's right there. Gives him a shot.
He was a little bit loose anyhow. It didn't take much of a shot to turn him around.
Boy, look at Matt Kenseth barely squeezing through there.
This will pretty much tell it right here.
Just that little, you hear that little, remember how we talked about how fast he is through the center of the corner, how he rolls out early and gassed it hard in the middle. He went for the gas, but there was somebody in his way.
Now here's what happens to Menard. He's outside John Wood in the Bashas 47 and Kurt Busch.
Well, that's all because of what happened in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
I give Kurt a pass on that.
Yeah.
He was slowing down.
Menard checked up because he saw Leffler
the
sideways.
Light contact, but still he spun him around.
See Leffler on pit road trying to repair the damage on that left front, 4 tires.
Now he is still on the lead lap, but he is 22nd right now, Steve.
And Mike, the problem for Jason Leffler, he said he had gotten a little bit tight in turns 3 and 4 where he had been so good earlier in the race. After he hit the wall, he said, boys, I just got spun out.
And if he was a little tight, that enabled Clint Boyer, I'm sure, to pick the throttle up a lot earlier.
Well, you could just hear Clint back to the throttle, but he got right into the back of him and spun him around.
David Gilliland gets the free pass, the caution out here, and we'll be right back to finish this off in Phoenix.
Previously on Circle of Trust.
I didn't say anything when Rhonda took my lipstick, ate my peanut butter, and stole my boyfriend. But today, she tried to sign me up for Net Zero. I hate them. My Netscape has unlimited internet access and free web accelerator for just $9.95 a month. You know, Net Zero charges you every time you call for tech support. That's crazy. She's crazy.
Get Netscape. Sign up today.
I'm a real car guy.
I live cars.
My blood type, 10W30.
Favorite color?
Chrome.
Cruise control? That's just a nickname for my right foot.
The AC Delco racing team members are some of the best drivers on earth. And AC Delco products are some of the best for your car. Here's to another great year on the track and the road. Real car guys know AC Delco.
Perfect.
Newman.
Newman! Newman!
Introducing new Gillette Fusion. On the front, 5 blades spaced closer together for more comfort. On the back, a precision trimmer for those tricky places or just playing tricks.
I got those guys good.
Looking sharp, Newman.
Thanks.
New Gillette Fusion. In manual or battery powered. The only razor used by the Gillette Young Guns.
Getting set for the restart, inside 10 to go. And NASCAR has judged that Clint Boyer gets a stop-and-go penalty. Will restart at the tail end of the line. No, excuse me, it's a 1-lap penalty for getting into the back of Jason Leffler here. Now we'll show you the whole lap and what led up to this. This is the front stretch.
I just don't see it. I mean, this hard racing, 10 to go. One guy goes, one guy doesn't.
You know,
and here's the impact coming.
I mean, you
get down in
watch the 32. Backs off a little early. Clint rolls it in pretty hard. Hits the throttle before the 32 does. That's just tight racing.
It's tight racing. I guess I'm trying to figure out what the difference in that is, and the difference with Menard and J.J. Yaley a few laps ago in turn.
Oh, I know what it is. It's intent.
Well, maybe it's part intent, Darrell, maybe two. Menard Yaley was getting on the brake going into the corner. This was getting on the gas coming out of the corner. That may or may not have been a factor. The penalty is not 1 lap. The amount of the penalty is NASCAR discretion. They announced 1 lap and then rescinded that and put him at the tail end of the line.
Which put him in 23rd position. Here's a battle for second place. Reed Sorensen in that 41 car turns underneath Mark Martin in the 6th. Carl Edwards in the 60. He wants to take advantage of it. 5 laps to go.
And here comes Kurt Busch right behind Edwards.
Inside, back in line. 39's looking inside. It's clear by 1.
4 laps to go, and it's all Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, Reed Sorensen looks like he's turned to wick up here, Larry. Of these cars that are chasing Harvick, he's making the biggest move. These other guys just can't get going. Mark's got the 60 car on the outside of him. Whoa, he squeezed through there. Whoa.
He's going to go ahead and drive it down into turn 3, try to take this position away.
I believe he'll get him on the outside here, making some pretty good moves around the outside. Here comes Kurt Busch around the outside of Mark Martin.
Mark's going to lose 2 positions, 3 laps to go.
Right behind them, teammates battle side by side. Here they are, Biffle in 16, Kenseth in 17, 1 car to the wall, turn 1. Compton doesn't hit it.
He's in trouble down here, big trouble down here.
2 car.
Took the 2 car with him. How many times do you see that happen?
Clint Boyer and Jamie McMurray, with 3 laps to go, bring out the 10th caution flag of the night. Is it a full moon out? It's sure acting like
well,
it.
Well, obviously, when it became night and the moon was out, all of a sudden we started having all this happen.
That's the way Phoenix is. This is the way I always remember Phoenix. Yep. Clean racing until you get inside about 15, 20 to go. Then all these cautions cause all these wrecks.
And it's David Gilliland in 84 who bounces off the wall off of Ryan Moore and has trouble all the way down to turn 1.
Here comes the 2 car. Watch the 2 car. He's got nowhere to go when to get down here.
We'll ride with him here.
You got to really feel sorry for Clint.
Still out there right in front of you. No, track has got 1 coming across the middle. All right, buddy.
He just didn't realize there was no way that 84 car was going to turn.
All right, buddy. No one's behind you. Keep going there.
Just should have, the 84 car was not going to turn with the damage it had. If he'd have dove to the inside, he'd have been fine.
But that car wouldn't steer.
No, you can see his right front. And you pretty well know he's going to go straight when he gets to the corner.
There might have been contact from Stacy Compton into the back of Boyer before they even got to Gilliland.
That may be why he couldn't get to the bottom. He got contact and he couldn't turn down.
They're both trying to get down, but can't.
What a shame.
So Clint Boyer, 20 laps ago, was up to 2nd in the point standings. Now he's 3rd, 295 points out.
And had a car that more than likely could have won the race, certainly would have finished 2nd to his teammate.
Now he can cruise around in the 2-lap shootout that we'll have and stay on the end of the lead lap in 22nd place.
My.
Darrell, let's go back again to the penalty on Clint Boyer. We're just talking about the situation between Yaley and Menard in turn number 1, which did not result in a penalty, even though the amount of contact seemed to be about the same.
I saw a very similar situation like this back in Las Vegas in the Busch race. My brother spun A.J. Foyt out coming off turn 4, or he got into him and A.J. spun out. They went on. Later on in the race, Jamie McMurray ran into the back of John Andretti and caused a 5-car pileup, and there was no penalty. So that's when you question things.
And you got to look at it. It's almost like a ball and a strike call. Which way do you call it?
Well, and the penalty is at NASCAR's discretion. So you have to think of it in terms of a football referee or a baseball umpire. They're going to make calls you agree with. They're going to make calls that you don't, but they're judgment calls, and they have to use their best judgment.
But how many times have we seen this, DW? We saw it with Brian Vickers a couple of years ago at Texas, where he got penalized and put to the back. And when you're at the back of the pack and there's less than 10 laps to go, obviously that's when the intensity picks up, and we see this a lot.
And he got wrecked at Texas.
Yep.
After having a winning car.
Go back in the back, and bad things can happen.
With 10 to go.
Hey, you think this is exciting? Wait until tomorrow night. Things heat up with NASCAR race day on Speed, leading up to the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race on Fox, the Subway Fresh 500. And then NASCAR Victory Lane wraps up our coverage on Speed. Remember, it's all on Saturday here in Phoenix.
Well, talk about surviving. Now, Kyle Busch in the 5 car, look at the damage on this race car. Look at the spoiler back there, the left rear corner. But he is on the brink of breaking back into the top 10. Right now, he is in the 11th spot. And remember, this is a car that's battling for the Busch Series championship.
Yeah, he's got a little damage. He's light damage from contact with the 11 car.
Right behind Kyle Busch.
Yeah, he's in 12th place after getting almost knocked out of the race. So the Bashas Supermarket 200 is going to become about the Bashas 205 or 206 or...
There's a lot of bashing going on here, I know that.
And how about behind Yaley? Michael Waltrip in the 99 car. I mean, qualified deep in the field, got lapped, got the free pass. He's up there in the 13th position.
And while we're on what about those, what about Danny O'Quinn?
Well, one of the reasons he's up there, he was one of those cars early in the race that went with the strategy of pitting on lap 17, kept the track position, and the strategy worked out. He's been able to stay on the lead lap now.
Well, plus he's one of those cars that hasn't hardly hit anything.
A lot.
And there aren't many of those.
While we're doing all this what if, and there's no issues here with fuel, is there?
Shouldn't be.
Because we're going into the lap 202.
We've had a lot of caution.
Yeah, we have had.
Jason Leffler started on the pole, led more laps than he has led in any race in his career. He has one Busch Series win in which he led, I think, 40 laps. He led, or maybe it was 60 laps. He led 78 tonight. He led 60 laps when he got his win. He's led 78 tonight. Got thumped and dumped in a collision with Clint Boyer. Boyer ended up going to the back, and Leffler saw his chances to win evaporate. But folks, it's not over yet. As you watch from our aerial coverage, the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company airship reminding you to travel with peace of mind. Goodyear's Forterra tire featuring silent armor technology. Dick Berggren.
Eric Cotell is Carl Edwards crew chief. You're in 3rd spot, green white checker. Your boy gonna do it?
Yeah, if anybody can do it, Carl Edwards can. This will be fun.
All right, very good. He said about 10 laps ago he thought he could win this thing, Mike.
I believe that 41 car might have a little something to say about that. Reed Sorensen's had a great night.
And remember, Reed Sorensen and Carl Edwards, Steve Burns, they have 30 laps less on their tires than Kevin Harvick in the 21.
If you want to shave my head, you got to bring it home.
Larry, I was just listening to Brian Patty talk to Reed Sorensen on the radio, and he said, listen, guy, you can bring it home. Don't worry about gas. Just don't spin your tires on the restart.
The Discount Tire Dodge running second. They remind you next week is National Tire Safety Week. Check your tread depth, check your air pressures, and, well, if you run one of these cars, check for fender rubs, too.
Yeah. Car looks pretty clean for that young man, having a great night. Could have won Nashville last week. Very similar situation. Chasing down Kevin Harvick. Right at the end of the race, Reed had a flat tire, but here he is tonight with a chance to maybe redeem himself a little bit.
This team definitely turning their season around.
Oh, you know Brian Patty will get it going sooner or later.
Sorensen will leave here probably 12th in the points. That'll be a pickup of 5 spots. Here we go, 2 laps.
Good restart for Reed. He's right there. And here comes Kurt around the outside. Not second thought, won't do it. Trying to get under Carl right there. Tight. Ooh, couldn't quite squeeze by.
McMurray bumped David Green, and McMurray slides back behind Casey Mears. That's about 9th spot. A lot of good battles. Leffler slows in the backstretch.
White flag this time.
White flag is out, and looks like I don't think Reed or anybody's got anything but that 21 car. Kevin is doing a whale of a job.
Harvick trying to twofer.
Car's so good, right? Again, kind of like his teammates was, right through the center of the corner. Really picks the throttle up quick and goes hard.
Kurt Busch, the cautions helped him. He's up to 4th. Edwards is 3rd. Sorensen 2nd. Kevin Harvick, 5 top 5s in 8 races. Here he comes to the checkered flag. Harvick wins the Bashas 200.
And his points lead's going to go from 156 to almost 300 points leaving here.
You know what? This is really good for Harvick, too, because think about some of those races where you might not be able to make both races in the same weekend. He could actually, if you end up having a chance to miss a race without losing the point lead.
It's his 2nd win of the season, but it's his team's 3rd win. Remember, they won Atlanta with Jeff Burton, so they've won 1/3 of the races with this 21 team.
So the Coast Guard brings it home. 2nd straight win for Harvick. 8 top 10s in 9 races. It's his 19th NASCAR Busch Series victory, putting him 10th on the all-time list. Kevin Harvick lights him up as fireworks light up the night sky. We'll be right back.
NASCAR Busch Series Racing on FX is presented by Netscape and brought to you in part by FreeCreditReport.com and by Nextel.
Next time on Circle of Trust.
Look, this relationship isn't working out. I need to change. From net zero.
Look, forget that zero. Netscape can get you online for just $9.95 a month.
And fewer online ads than net zero?
Please, lots fewer. Netscape gives you free web accelerator and McAfee's comprehensive virus protection.
You make me feel so safe.
Yeah, I know.
Get Netscape. Sign up today.
Yeah, let me hear it.
We say hit, you say stop.
Kate and Tim don't know the score. Greg does. He got his credit score from FreeCreditReport.com. Don't be like them. Get the score. Log on to FreeCreditReport.com to get your free credit score and report, and you'll be entered for a chance to win an honorary crew chief position with Greg Biffle at a 2007 NASCAR Series race. No purchase necessary to enter or win. See website for details. Free credit score and report with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
Carl, do your flip. Flip. Come on, Carl.
Fernando, you're on.
Crazy old man. Get things done instantly with Nextel. Now save $150.
A John Deere 100 series can be yours starting at $13.99. Welcome to the John Deere neighborhood. Now available in more stores than ever. See the full line at johndeere.com.
Gray hair in a beard is pugnacious.
In other words, gray hair stinks.
Just for men, swishes and dishes gray.
Gray is gone.
It's simplistic and naturalistic.
Easy.
And Claude looks splendiferous.
Just for men gel with a new True Color formula.
Tuesday, May 30th.
I think sometimes we forget what a good crew we have.
An all-new season.
I run into a burning building.
I got one in here.
I don't know if I'm gonna get out of it alive.
Rescue Me premieres Tuesday, May 30th, only on FX.
Beneath the fireworks here in Arizona, 9 Busch races, 9 winners from the Cup Series. New and improved Just for Men hair color targets only the gray, ain't nothing like it. And our Just for Men right on target move of the race, Kevin Harvick out in front hanging on. Back-to-back winner in the Busch Series, first repeat winner this year. And celebrating with his crew, the Bakersfield Basher in the Basher 200, sort of. Richard Childress Racing, and Richard Childress, his owner, watching from afar on a safari. We'll be happy to watch Kevin tomorrow night when he starts 15th. He started 14th tonight, and in victory lane, let's check in there with Matt Yoakum.
And Kevin Harvick, back-to-back wins. His crew already showered him with Busch before he even got out of the car, and they hit him again. I don't know, what was more impressive, Kevin, your team on pit road or you on all those restarts?
Yeah, I think probably the team on pit road. You know, they're the ones that give me this U.S. Coast Guard Chevrolet to drive every week, and this thing was off a little bit at the beginning. I think it was the first set of tires. We got it fixed, and Shane made some great calls. And second time on pit road, those boys are beating Cup teams off pit road. So have a Coca-Cola and enjoy victory lane.
Now, no driver's ever won the Busch Drivers' Championship with 2, let alone 3 teams that he's driven for. You're on pace to that 289 points unofficially is what you've padded that lead to now.
Well, I mean, it's a lot easier to lose the points than it is to gain the points. And this NASCAR Busch Series is tough. And you know, there'll be somebody that makes a run, and we'll have some bad luck somewhere along the line. So we're just having fun right now, and this is pretty awesome. Never won 2 weeks in a row in the Busch Series. So
you need to tell Childress to stay on safari.
If we win tomorrow, he's not coming back. So can't wait until tomorrow, and if we keep winning, he needs to keep hunting.
Well, let's go to Steve Burns.
Thank you, Matt. With Reed Sorensen, you ran into the top 5 all night, finished second. Tell us about the green-white shootout with Kevin Harvick.
Well, I was trying hard to win that one. We definitely wanted to win tonight, but just drove a little too hard coming out of 2 there and got loose. But Kevin had a really good car, and we had a little bit better tires than he did. I think if we didn't have so many yellows, maybe we would have had a better shot. But Kevin had a really good car, and we had a top 5 car, and we finished second, so we really can't complain.
All right, good job, Reed. Thank you. Let's go to Jeannie.
Well, Carl Edwards, I don't know if you've made more laps on the track or walking up down pit road here apologizing to everybody about the restart.
Hey, I'm not apologizing too much. I'm just telling everybody that I had a good time racing, and I do feel bad about that last restart, but I'm just glad I'm getting interviewed, you know, after a race, and cars in one piece. I wanted to win that race so badly, but I didn't get the best start, and I couldn't do anything with Reed or Kevin because of that. And I really was telling Kurt thanks for not bumping me out of the way because he had a really fast car.
All right, thank you for the time, and hopefully some of this translates for you tomorrow. So good luck tomorrow.
And Kurt Busch started 21st with 42 laps to go after that flat tire. You had the car to beat, but it must have been fun passing all those cars, was it?
It definitely was. The crew gave me a good car to pass cars, and Penske Truck Rental Dodge was on the money, just like a couple weeks ago in Texas, but we had a flat tire. So bad things happen, but that's all right. We really are a good team running this Busch Series. It's developing crew members, and that's what we need to do. So real happy with the way this setup ran, and that gives us great confidence for tomorrow's run. Hopefully we can do the same thing except without a flat tire.
Mike, a smile in the face of disappointment.
Thanks, Dick. First top 5 of the season for Reed Sorensen. David Green was the top non-Cup driver in 9th. How about Danny O'Quinn, 14th in this race, leading rookie in the race. First time that's happened for him this year.
Well, all I can say to Childress is the lion sleeps tonight because he tore him up tonight. He really did.
How about Harvick? His worst finish of the season is 11th.
And when you've got it, you've got it. And remember, he's come to life in the Nextel Cup Series as well. Last 3 races, 3 top 10 finishes. He's went from 23rd to 9th in that series, so it's working in both the Busch and the Nextel Cup.
I thought about that penalty. I think the message was, don't spin out the Busch guys. Because that was a Busch regular, a Cup driver. I think that was the message being sent to everybody here tonight.
Good point. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night for more fireworks on track and in the air, Chris.
All right, thanks, DW, with the Lion Sleeps Tonight reference. Where else can you hear that except here on FX on a Friday? Now, I want to get your opinion because you were a little annoyed when Clint Boyer had that penalty and thought that it should have been something that they could have let go.
Well, I mean, I think Darrell kind of like pointed it out. You know, NASCAR has to make decisions. This one right here, I have to kind of like go back and look at it and say, I don't quite see it their way. He makes a very valid point. Maybe you weren't not giving the Busch regular the fair due, but I thought these guys were racing with the final 10 laps. But the key thing is right now, we saw a lot of crashes tonight, too, right there at the last 50 laps.
Yeah, we had 5 wrecks in the last 50 laps, and Darrell talked about the anticipation. So tomorrow night, it's a longer distance, the Cup drivers, we're going to see the same kind of thing?
Oh, I definitely think that's what you're going to see because you got to realize a lot of the guys we saw involved in these incidents will be in the race tomorrow night. I mean, guys like Clint Boyer, he'll be back tomorrow night. He'll be just as hungry because he knows how to drive this racetrack. So he'll be back up on the wheel trying to redeem himself and possibly get get to victory lane. But if you look for guys like Kevin Harvick, momentum right now on his side. 2 wins in a row going into tomorrow night. He's going to be tough here, especially at a racetrack that he also knows very well.
And Harvick has shown again to be a great closer when he gets out in front. We'll see Kevin tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. In fact, 18 of the drivers in tonight's race you'll see in our race tomorrow. On the pre-race program, we'll talk with Casey Kane, who's won 2 Cup races this year. Dodge has won 3 of the last 4 Cup races overall. We'll go 10 laps with Kyle Busch. DW, his drive and ride with Kurt Busch. That ought to be a lot of fun behind the wheel. And, of course, all the hot topics. Darrell and Jeff will discuss that on Gas and Go. That's Under the Lights on Fox, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, Saturday night. Coming up on the East Coast, Thief. And on the West Coast, That 70s Show. How appropriate after all the references we've had from A Horse with No Name. We had a car that looked like something on a laugh-in. I was waiting for Alan Seuss to hop out of Mark Martin's car and ring the little bell. Remember
but the way you like to steal things, I can't believe you're not involved in that television program, Thief.
What do I steal? I steal bad jokes, and I repeat
exactly
them
right.
here in the Hollywood Hotel. All right, Jason Leffler, a Busch Series regular, started on the pole at 78 laps most of his Busch career. Looked like he had a shot to finally break the string. Dominated by Cup drivers, but in the end, Kevin Harvick leading 53 laps, including at the end. A lot of fireworks. We should see more tomorrow night from just outside Phoenix, Arizona. For Jeff Hammond, the entire gang, Chris Myers from the Hollywood Hotel. So thank you for tuning in here on FX. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we'll see you tomorrow night for more NASCAR. That's on Fox.